Woo! You are something else, man. You would think that by now you have this figured out. Nah. You think we got time, you would think that everything would run smooth. But would it be rated G if we actually had everything popping the way it should? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Garcia and Brian. Always the boys, man. The guys you always call stupid. I am Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother and partner of Misinformation, Brian T. Licata.
Hi, guys.
It's 4:43 people.
Sorry.
Do you know where your children are? Hope everybody's feeling well on this joyous, what the hell's today, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, right? All day?
Today is Wednesday.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday to everybody out there, man, whether you're already with us or listen to us later, man. No matter when you catch us, we're always glad that you come to check it out. My daughter, the first comment that they late. King Handle says the audio sounds a little distant. Thank you for that.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe this will be a bit better. I don't know.
Yo, when I tell you that every single time we set up, there's always something different. There's always you're not going to hear the stuff in your ears. You're going to hear it here. And you're not going to hear it here. You're going to hear it here. You would think by now we got it together. But how's it sound now, King Handles? Is that better?
Let's see what he says.
Or anybody out there listening, man. Traveling Runner, what's up, baby? How you doing, man? Listen, guys, I'm sorry that we're late. I was talking to my daughter earlier, and did you forget that chord? Is that what happened?
No, dude. It was the computer. I had the computer issue again, right? And everybody, it should sound much better now. Yeah, Mike's just went dead. No, we're back. We're back.
We're back. Oh,
yeah,
we're back. All right. Hopefully we sound better. I feel like I've looked better.
Yeah.
I'm looking at myself and I feel like I've looked better. I don't think this is the best looking day for me, but that's all right. Traveling Runner says, better now. Thank you, man. And he also says, please excuse us while we go through more technical. We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Sorry, guys.
Please hang on. I remember one time, me, my brother, and my 2 cousins, we used to play, with the super dolls, Batman and Spider-Man and all those. And we weren't normal. We would create dolls that they didn't even have. We created, and even the ones they had.
Would you take them apart and then
we had a box just filled with heads and joints and rubber bands and a box filled with clothes. I'm talking a huge, like 60, a huge box of all stuff. And we were so into it that we gave them all names. You know what I'm saying? We would give them Batman. We gave them the name of the dude who played Batman. They had all actors' names. Mm-hmm. So every single doll that we had an actor's name. And what we would do
you'd have George Clooney. You'd have.
Well, back then we didn't have Clooney, but I'm saying
Pierce
Steve
Brosnan.
McQueen. We had Steve McQueen. We had a couple of people, right? And the $6 Million Man was the dude for the $6 Million Man. Yep. So what we would do is my cousin and my brother, they would create a movie. They would go in the room and they would create a movie. They'd work on an idea for a movie. And me and my little cousin would sit outside and wait for them.
And then they would take all the blocks and shit that we had, and they would build a set in the room. And then me and my cousin would come in, and we'd sit on the bed, and they would put on a movie for us.
Yep.
With all the dolls, you know, different sections.
See, that's what you did before all this technology.
Yeah. And I mean, they put on. We did one of the Archies. Mm-hmm. You know the comic book, the Archies.
Like the comic strip, Archie. Yeah.
And they took every single like doll and created the characters of the art. Like we created the X-Men. They never sold the X-Men. We took needles and put it through like a balloon to make the gloves for Wolverine and shit. We were insane. My cousin George and Peter were much better at it than I was. My brother was pretty good at it too, like creating costumes and shit like that.
Right.
But we weren't like regular shit. In fact, like we did that for a long time. It got to the point where like my mother and her sister told my older brother and my cousin, they were both the same age, you got to stop playing with super dolls. Mm-hmm. You can't keep playing.
They think it was going to make you gay or something like that?
They just felt they were too old to be playing with them. But what they didn't understand is we were, first of all, we had like an old camera, and we were starting to like create an actual movie with the super dolls. Like the shit you see, the chicken.
Yeah, like stop animation.
Like that chicken show. What's that shit called?
Robot Chicken. Yeah.
We had that idea back when we were little, and they didn't realize that what they were doing was not really playing, it was creating.
Right.
We were on a different level. Like we were creating a movie, you know, a stop motion kind of thing. Like, and they like kind of stifled that, you know, they stifled it. They said, you're too old to do that. You're not going to do it. Then one day we came home and we went to go see my cousin, and my two cousins were like upset. We were like, what happened? And they were like, yo, my father threw out our box. 2 big boxes. One had clothes and all kinds of shit that we made, and the other one was all heads and all that stuff. So they basically threw out all the shit that we had that we would create with. Not realizing that they also probably like, they also like stumped something that could have been huge for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we would do these shows for each other, and then me and my little cousin would do shows for them. Mm-hmm. And we usually did like horror. And my little cousin was Peter, the one who we had on the show before.
Peter Stoss, yeah.
Yeah,
Peter
he
Stoss,
went on to become a writer.
Shocking.
And you know, produce some movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like obviously that's where we were headed. Mm-hmm. So me and him would always do shows for our 2 older brothers.
Right.
And of course ours weren't as good as theirs were, because we were younger. Like we were a lot younger.
Yeah.
And I say that to say this, going right all the way back to the beginning of Operating Difficulties. We were doing a movie once, and we did it.
Like, this is a reference to that comment.
Yeah.
Shit.
We were doing a movie, and what we would do is we'd come up with the concept. Everything else was like made up on the spot.
Improv. Yeah.
So we were doing a horror movie. It was like a sicko killer running around, and me and my cousin never really discussed who the killer was.
Oh. So it was a mystery. It was a murder mystery.
It was a murder mystery.
Yeah, it was a murder mystery.
But we didn't discuss who the killer was between us.
Right.
So I had one person in my head that I was going to make the killer. He had one person in his head he was going to make the killer. And at the end of the movie, we're trying to say who the killer is, but we both didn't agree on it.
Yeah.
So now we're like, oh shit. And then I go, let me talk to you for a second. And I go to walk to the side so we can discuss who we're going to make the killer. And my cousin goes, we're experiencing operating difficulties. Please stand by. And my brother's like, in a movie?
It's a live movie. It's more like theater.
They couldn't stop laughing, dog, because we were like, we're experiencing operating difficulties. Yeah, we didn't know who the fucking murderer was, and it was our movie.
Every year at Thanksgiving, we used to do a Thanksgiving play. Me and my cousin would write it, and then we would all dress up and do a little
now
something.
That's gay.
Why is that gay?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Very, very white of you.
Yeah. We you know, as we got older, you know, it became less and less of sharing dinner, and it was more raping and pillaging. That's where the scenes got. That's when they decided to cut it. Yeah. We had the first rape scene at Thanksgiving.
My daughter says you look better than earlier.
Okay.
Next time I'm just going to call. I'm not going to FaceTime you. King Anna says buzzing background sounds.
Minus that, it's fine. There's a little hum or something.
There's always something, man. You know, look, this is what happens when you do shit from the heart. When money's not your main intention. You know what I'm saying? It's just to do shit. So you work with stuff that's like 80 years old.
Yeah, but it's money is the object. Like, when not the object is in the goal, but it is holding up production.
Well, if you want better quality, you know, you're going to have to go down to brianlicata.com/shop and pick up some drip. Look at that. That's how quick we got into fucking trying to sell something. You know, that's how quick we got into it. But a lot of things are happening, man. It's been a very stressful morning for me, man. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie. I didn't get no sleep. Been up all night. Actually, after I spoke to my daughter, I got 1 hour of sleep.
Nice.
I put on my mask. That mask shit works, man.
Dude, I was never into... Well, before I met my wife, I slept on a hard mattress, and I slept on, like, pancake-thin pillows. Pretty much with the fucking drapes open. And I would sleep fine every single night.
Yeah.
But then she has shown me comfortable pillows, good sheets, blackout curtains. And now, dude, it ruined me. You know?
I was given those things, right? And I was like, I can't wear these. I tried to wear them, and I just didn't like it because when I open my eyes, I don't see what's
I
in front of
don't
me.
like that. Yeah, I don't like that.
And I always like to be... There's a reason why there's weapons under my mattress, by the side of my mattress. Is if I hear someone coming through that door, I want to be able to spring up and
handle business. Yeah, handle
grab
business.
something, you know?
Yeah.
So when I have that on, I feel like it's like, you know, anyone could roll up on me and I wouldn't open my eyes and directly see them. Now I got to move this shit. So it took me a while to get used to that. But I do use them when I don't get sleep or when I'm going to sleep like around 6 in the morning.
Right.
7 in the morning. It's already getting light.
Have you thought about trying to use like
I read somewhere that, you know, it being dark is important.
Yeah. I mean, we're built to wake up at sunrise and go to sleep around sunset, like when it gets dark, you know?
Yeah, I guess. King Handel says the Epstein Foundation would like to sponsor the podcast. Well, man, tell them to inbox us, man. We'll offer free trips to the Caribbean islands.
Yeah, we got his number already.
The Virgin Islands, right? Only virgins welcome. Become a virgin, and you don't leave the same. Men can sleep on cardboard, no problem. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a problem. I probably would have fell asleep eventually anyway.
Right.
But it was much quicker.
Have you tried it like just a black T-shirt, like draping a black T-shirt across your eyes, and then that way you don't have the mask and you can just pull?
And stretch my neck hole?
No, not like that. But just take the shirt and just drape like this way.
Just wrap it over your eyes?
No, not even wrap it.
Why?
Just put it over there.
But why would I do that when I have perfectly good?
Yeah, but then it removes this off of your head, and you can just go like this, and it's off. You just brush it off. You know, it's a much quicker. It's not like on your face. It's not on your face. You know, it's
You
just
believe
laying.
that too, right now, right? You believe what you're saying actually has merit.
Well, it's true. So
No,
it does
it's
has
not,
it does
because
has merit.
actually-
Just because you say it's not true doesn't mean it's
actually,
false.
I've learned that all I gotta do is wake up, go like that, and it pops right off.
I just go like this. I'm out.
No, you're not. You get caught up in your
No.
shirt.
No. Do you see how long I am, dude? What do you
Means you got long shirts.
I know, but I can.
Speaking of shirts, big up to my man Jojo, Mrs. Jojo. Jojo's wife got me this shirt. Question everything. I appreciate that, Mrs. Jojo. I don't want to put her name on the show and get her fired from any kind of job because they know she knows us. But Jojo has me on this shit all the time anyway. What do we got here? Jasmine says, oh my God, good bedding is literally an investment for me. I need comfortable pillows and bedding. I didn't realize how important pillows were until I went to this one hotel. Because normally I stay in shitty hotels.
Right.
But I forgot when it was, but we stayed in this one really good hotel and the pillows were so fucking good. You know?
Like air.
Yeah,
Like air.
it
Comfortable
was
air.
So good.
Yeah.
You know? But chicks usually have like mad pillows on it.
Too many,
And then
dude.
it's like you're sleeping like this.
They don't even sleep with all of them. They just want them on the bed, and then they push them all off. And then you got to pick them up every morning when you make the bed. It's terrible.
What's the purpose?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Traveling Runner says, sounds like G needs a quick Wanna Bump promo. LOL. People have been asking us for updates on the Wanna Bump, wanting to know if we're hooked now, if we're fiending for Wanna Bump. And I'm here to tell you, I still got the exact amount that we've had since the first time we tried it. Mm-hmm. I've never done it again since I got it. You know,
I've never done it with Gary again since we got it.
I just, you know, it's like I'd rather go get a coffee. Nothing's like, oh, let me, you know, I'm tired. Let me take a fucking bump of Wanna Bump. You know,
not worth it.
You know, I figure for that, I'd rather just cut it with something. Throw it into something one day when it's running low. Go, let's make this back up a little bit. Like I said, it wasn't bad, but it's also like, I don't know. I'm one of them dudes that I'll drink coffee, but if I'm tired, I'd rather just stay tired. It's the consequence of the night before. I like to feel my consequences. This way I know, you know, that's the shit that gets you to quit. When you're feeling too much like shit every fucking morning, you sit there and go, all right, I need to fucking slow down.
Yep.
If you're taking water bump every day and getting right up, you're like, oh, no, I'm good. I could, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We still got the same amount. Michelle says, hi, Grandpa Gary and Uncle Brian. I just came on. If you guys buy any pillows or any beds, get it from me. Oh, okay. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. The most I ever spent on a mattress was $2,000, and it was the worst mattress I ever had.
Really?
Worst
I
mattress
like
ever
the
had.
bed in the box from Amazon. They're the best.
The bed in the box from Walmart's the one I got.
It's the same shit.
It's great.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
It's great. Nice and sturdy.
Yeah, and you don't need a box spring anymore. You just get those slats. Do you have a box spring though?
No.
Yeah, the slats.
Yeah,
The slats
just
in the
the
bed.
two things, and it just put it right there, man.
Yep.
Traveling Runner says, glad to hear y'all not selling your glory holes for someone above. Nah, man. I mean, it's good, but it's not that good. As far as that goes, you know what I'm saying? It is. Look, if I was taking a drive in the morning and I had it and I knew I was going to be on the road for a bunch of hours, sure, I'd use it. You know, for very, very purposeful occasions, I would use it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's not something that makes you desire it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something that makes you
$10.
desire it. And who knows? Maybe if they were giving us some money to promote it, I might.
They don't even email us back, dude.
I
They
might
haven't
have
even responded.
I might have liked it more. Who knows? Maybe my answer would have been like, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm on my 10th case. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'd lie for them if they fucking.
You know, if they sent us a box, maybe we would have done more of it. You think?
Well, I don't think I haven't because I'm trying to keep it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
But if we had a box,
if I had a box,
yeah, I don't even know. I don't even think I would do it. No. Mm-mm. It just seems weird. It's too.
it's too cokey.
Yeah.
It's a little too cokey. You know? And you know that commercial didn't do a lot to boost us as far as like, you know, it just makes people think we're complete drug addicts. And I'm not going to say they're completely wrong, you know. But fuck you. Don't be a hater. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate on me because I managed to function while other people end up in garbage dumps. You know what I'm saying? People hating on me. So I'm like, the fucking horrible things that people say. If I had feelings, I'd be hurt.
No.
Ah, it's all right. I don't have those. No. There was a time I did, but I couldn't even tell you when.
You can't remember when they went away?
I remember around the time, you know.
I remember exactly when.
When you lost your feelings or when I lost my feelings?
When I lost mine.
When would that be?
I was 13. I was altar serving the Catholic Church.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
When you lost your feeling?
Yeah. Why? Yeah, I gained something new, but I lost my feeling.
You lost your feeling in your bunghole? Did you go to the Church of Diddy?
Yeah, Saint Diddy.
Saint Diddy?
Oh, Saint Diddy.
It sucks, man. I can't listen to the music no more.
I know, yeah. We were hanging out together yesterday.
We hung out yesterday. We took a little quick ride. And like every time Diddy came on, I had to switch it. Couldn't listen to Jay-Z. I had to switch it. And then when I hear a song, like even Akon, who I love, and I honestly think that this world needs another Akon album.
I agree.
But I know that his name has popped up.
Dude, he has like colonies in Africa, dog.
Yeah.
What do you think he's doing with anybody who's going to Africa, who's an American?
Isn't he African?
He is, dude. But once you come over here, he's starting schools. All right.
Building cities.
For what?
For the Africans.
Children.
Just for the children? No, I think the adults get to live there too.
No, they do.
But look, I know his name is
dude,
came
it's like
up.
Gates, bro. It's
I
like
know-
Gates.
I
If Gates is starting a school in Western Sahara, there's
Well,
a
that's
reason.
because he's not from there. Like if I go and I start cleaning up Ravenswood, if I make money and I go back and start helping my neighborhood, am I
but
trying to fuck
Ravenswood,
the little
dude,
kids?
the age of consent in Ravenswood isn't 12 like it is in Nigeria or wherever we said before.
Oh, so what you're saying is he hasn't done anything illegal.
I'm not saying it's illegal.
What I'm saying is I know his name has come up, right? But he's not yet in line to really get hit hard.
Right.
So while I can still enjoy his music, I'm going to. Because I know in one song he says, how was I supposed to know when she's in a 21 and over club? And that her daddy should have never let her go out that night. that does say to me that he got caught up in some shit, but the chick was in a 21 and over club, and he felt like I didn't have to check ID. The bouncer did that when she came in.
Right. Yeah, why would he?
So-
but he was like
so-
he was like slam dancing with some girl, like a 15-year-old or something at a concert. I
Well,
think.
you remember when he threw that fucking kid off the stage? I think the kid had like little mental problems. The traveling runner says, smash that. Yes, people, smash that like button. Why not? It gives you something else to do with your hands.
Instead of saying mean stuff. To
Instead
me,
of
Gary.
typing in mean stuff all the time.
King Handel says, "Speak to yourself. It's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen." No, dude, I actually just found an article from the Boston Herald, and it said this is from 2007. This was from that case that you were talking about. It was in 2007. He got child endangerment and second-degree harassment from tossing that teen fan
Oh,
off
when he
stage.
tossed that kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
he chalked him, dog. He chalked him.
Yeah, the judge's name in that case was Epstein, by the way, Judge Harold Epstein.
Was it?
Yeah, Judge Harold Epstein. I wonder if he's got any.
Relations?
Yeah, I
or
wonder if he's got any
any
relations.
houses in the Virgin Islands?
Yeah.
King Handel says, "Speak for yourself." It's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. I gotta learn to read these better, man.
It's all right. That's all right.
Fucking Mark just sent me something. I have no idea what this is about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's capitulation.
Capitulation.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Il
Send it to the Rated G
Culinary
podcast.
d'Italia. It says the new theology will teach that we are not alone in the universe, that God is not an abstract being, but that he is the omni-creating intelligence, the energy that spreads and the light that creates galaxies and solar systems. Therefore, the universe represents life, and terrestrial man is not the only interior of intelligence. Spirit, indeed, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxies, they are all living beings. Suns, galaxies, planets are alive and possess an intelligence which has at times incarnated in men to speak to men and help them in their evolution. The new theology will eliminate rites and the exaltation of religious concepts. They will be replaced by teaching concepts that will have to be put into practice directly in every manifestation of daily life. Furthermore, it explains the universe is the paradise of creation. Il Giornale d'Italia wrote that.
I'm trying to like look some stuff up, but I'm not. Is the
Mark,
new?
I don't understand. Well, I think you sent that to me to think, what do I think of that? And I think it's a lot of hogwash. I think it's a lot of hogwash. That's what I think. You know?
Mhm.
Like I said, man. And I don't know. I think it's hogwash. That's what I think. You know? We were talking about this yesterday. There comes a point you just don't care anymore either. You just can't keep going and going all day, all the time. It gets exhausting. Speaking of exhausting, I want to big up Candace Owens. I know you're not a big fan.
No,
but
I'm not a. No, hold on. Let me.
She's going
before you,
head
no,
up.
No, hold on. Before you go into this, and you attack me for not liking Candace
No,
Owens.
you don't have to like her.
You're misunderstanding me. It's not that I don't like Candace Owens. I just can't watch 20 minutes of a news segment like that because it's the way they talk, dude. It's a lot of bullshit and then facts. It's like, dude, just tell me what the fucking facts are, and let's get through this. You know.
Well, I can ask you what's the bullshit, but you really don't watch. So really what you're doing is giving me a very liberal answer to something that you could just sit there and go, look, I don't really watch her a lot
I watch.
because I can't sit there and listen too much.
I watch.
Well, either way, man, people just need to know she's going up against the fucking she's going up against the fucking how am I gonna put this?
I do.
Against the powers that be.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And they're coming at her hard with everything. And, she's been the last 3 times, she's been just on her shows, letting people know what she's going through. And I feel like, man, one day maybe we will know that pain. Where they're just writing articles about us left and right. And I mean, they write articles about this chick taking all her stuff out of context, just smearing her all over the place. She came out and said that they asked her to speak to some Jewish organization and apologize for something she said. Meanwhile, it was something that they took out of context, and she said, she did it in the beginning. And she goes, I couldn't tell you what was going on because the whole time they were speaking in Hebrew. They wouldn't even, they were talking in front of her in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So it's like bugged. But whatever. She's fighting the good fight, so I want to give her props and say, yo, Candace, keep your head up, keep fighting, man. I could tell yesterday there was a lot of emotion in her eyes when she was going over the whole debate she had with this one Jewish dude. I can't remember his name. I don't even know his name, but it was insane because he wrote a crazy article about her, and she had him on to go through all the things that he was claiming about her. She was literally showing that the stuff was taken out of context, and this dude would still double down. He would still just double down.
Yeah, I didn't see that interview that you're talking about.
It's insane. It's insane because, and I give her credit because she sat there and listened to this dude talk over her. She listened to this dude like totally, even when she showed him that what she said in its entirety, that didn't matter. It didn't matter. He still went with what he wrote, even though it was proven that what you wrote is false. Even to one point when he goes, that might not be true. I didn't look into that. Well, then why are you writing it?
Right. Yeah, why are you saying it?
Why are you saying it if you didn't look into it? And that's sort of like the answer you gave to me just now. But I'm just saying, big up to Candace, man. Anyone who's fighting the good fight, I'm going to mention their names, and hopefully people will check them out. And you got to back the people that they try to make look crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're really good at it. And she said there's points where she's starting to feel crazy because of all the stuff. Every time she wakes up, she's trending somewhere else, and something else is taken out of context. And you could clearly see it's being taken out of context. But yet, and one dude said we got to bankrupt her. They're trying to bankrupt her. And she's like, these are obvious threats. Yeah, I think I have the quote up from this. I think this was the original thing that she said that got people all mad. I don't know. Do we want to read this or not? All right. She said, in all communities there are gangs. In the black community, we've got the Bloods, we got the Crips. Well, imagine if the Bloods and the Crips were doing horrific things, murdering people, controlling people with blackmail, and then every time a person spoke out about it, the Bloods and the Crips would call those people racist. Would get the media to say those people were racist. Well, if that is what is happening right now in Hollywood, if there is just a very small ring of specific people who are using the fact that they are Jewish to shield themselves from any criticism, it's food for thought, right? There are enough people that are speaking out about a ring in Hollywood, also a ring potentially in D.C., that we should start to ask those questions. All Americans should want answers because this appears to be something that is quite sinister. And that's the thing. She spoke to him about that, too, because he's like, you call the Jews a gang. And she said, well, let me ask you this. Can Jewish people be in a gang? And he goes, well, yeah, of course. There were Jewish gangs in the 50s and this and that. And she goes, okay. So you just said that Jewish people can. So where do you get that I'm saying all Jewish people? Like she's trying to use that thing with Italians when they go, all Italians are in the mob. No, all Italians ain't in the mob.
Yeah,
people know that.
Everyone thinks that though.
I don't think all
people who aren't from really Jersey, New York, or Connecticut, they think that every Italian is in the mob or knows somebody in the mob.
Still to this day.
Yeah, when you go out, when I was out west and stuff like that, people like they would, they're like, oh yeah, mob and shit. I'm like, no. Oh, dude. Like, no. Do you know what happened in the 90s? Like, come on.
To me, that's like, one person who lives in China and you find out your friend went to China and you're like, oh, do you know Chang?
Yeah.
What makes you think I know Chang? I met about 50 of them, but I don't know if it's the one you know.
Yeah. Yep. We got a comment. King Handel says, Candace is the right's mouthpiece. No different than the ones on the left. It's like WWE.
See, I would disagree. You want to know why? Because although she's openly a conservative, openly votes right, she goes at the right all the time. And so does Michael Knowles. He goes, actually, and so does Matt. They all go on, they both attack both sides, even though they are very openly on the right. They don't hide the fact that they're going to vote right, but they're also not afraid to say when the right is just as fucked up. At least that's what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Mike, I used to listen to a lot more until he started going up against the weed.
Michael
knows,
Yeah,
man. He
Michael
be
knows.
going hard against the weed, like with the propaganda shit from the 60s. I'm like, motherfucker, did you just watch Reefer Madness? Is that what you just saw? And that's where you're getting all your information from?
Dude, she only started making videos 5 years ago. At least that's what I find on YouTube.
It started with the Black Lives Matter. That's
Yeah.
when she really started popping off because she felt that it was fake, and she felt like it was, in her to have to talk about it.
Right.
So she's the one who went up against Black Lives Matter and was right. Was 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah,
also
dude,
went, she
bro,
also
that
went
was-
up against the narrative of what started the whole thing.
Right.
With the dude getting choked. And if you watch her documentary, it appears once again that she was right. And there's certain people that you sit there and go, look, they could fall in line. And if they fall in line, then they don't have to deal with none of this bullshit. Perfect example, Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand when people sit there and go, oh, that dude just wants to control everything or whatever. I personally think the dude got to care. That's what I think. Because if he stopped, if he just said, fuck this, I'm done, everything will go away.
Yeah.
Everything will go away. Just the same way COVID did.
Yep.
It'll just go away.
Vanish without a trace.
It'll just vanish for no
Dog,
reason
isn't it crazy?
whatsoever.
And the funny thing is seeing the remnants of COVID, kind of like, when a civilization gets nuked, you still see some old stuff. It's the
Please
plastic.
go back to episode 1 when you asked me, what do you think all this is going to wind up happening with all this? And I said, I think it's just going to go away. And you said, what do you mean? I said, it's just going to go away.
I know, dude.
Nothing specific is going to happen that we can claim some sort of victory. Everything will be the same except for the fact that it'll just go away. And that's what's going to happen. Like, that's what would happen if he stopped running. If he turned around and said, look, there's too much stress. I don't want this shit no more. Go fuck yourselves. If this is the America you want, fine. I got enough money to go wherever the hell I want to go.
You're talking about Trump?
Trump, yeah. If he turned around and said, you know what, fuck this, I don't want to do it no more. I got enough money to live wherever the hell I want to live. Let me move this because they don't pay us. I got enough money to live wherever the hell I want to live, right? Fuck this. Everything will go away. Mm-hmm. He'd be in hip-hop songs again. He'd have they'd probably give him another show on TV again. All that shit would go away. But for some reason, this man who doesn't need to do this is still running.
I mean, I would argue pride, really, and ego.
Now the new thing that they're going, see, that's what people would say. Is it pride? Because I'm going to keep it real. I'm not, anyone who knows me knows I'm not some Trump fucking, I don't give a fuck. But when you even look at some of his old videos.
Yeah, dude, the thing that gets me with Trump, though, is his boy was Roy Cohn, right? This dude was his mentor. Dude, you say whatever, but dude, the dude
I don't mean whatever. I mean, they're all in some way connected in some way.
So that's why I can't get on board with this. He wants America to be great. There's a small piece of that he actually wants, but dude, it's all about cash. He wants to get richer.
Could it be?
Richer.
Could it be? See, I like to... and I could be wrong. Chances are I am. King Handel says both sides have their own internal power struggles. Trump supporters versus the more traditional Republicans. And Candace got pushed out there. No different than the Vivek dude. Yeah. She has a benefactor. She's there to say the things some people want to say, but they don't want to be labeled racist.
Ooh, dog, I'm with that.
King Handles, once again, I don't agree with it. I understand that thought. I really do understand that thought. But she stands, and until I see differently, she stands on her biggest thing is I'm going to say what I feel is right, no matter who tells me I can't say it. Whether it's the left or the right, she's going to say what she feels about shit. Mm-hmm. And of course, like there's people that could turn around and say, I'm a right-winger. There could be people who watch our shit. If enough people start to watch
they think
it,
that about both of us.
and then they think I'm a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, I'm not any of those things. I think I would have to be much more. I'm political to the extent of to live in this world. There's politics. Mm-hmm. Anytime you have a society, there's politics. I'm not a smart person in any shape or form. I just know right from wrong, and you know, I'm sure there's a lot of things I say in all my ramblings that some people on the right would be like, yes, I agree with that.
Right.
There's a lot of shit I say that they wouldn't agree with. I just speak what the fuck's on my mind, and I honestly feel like, you know, they say real recognizes real. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like that's a chick there that's gonna say what she feels, and also not afraid to change the way she feels. She admits that when she started, she was very liberal. She was pro-abortion. She was, you know, all that stuff that they kick in the colleges because that's what she came out of, you know. Timur says, I'm on a roll. First message, Autobot. Been too long since y'all got the band hammer. Dude, got a closet full of MAGA swag. Can't fool us, G.
That's the you know.
MAGA swag. Picture me, BG Savage. What's up, guys? Where's the bumps at? We were just talking about the bumps, man. I still got the full thing, man. It's
Yeah.
minus 2 big rails.
Big ones.
They were big rails.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, if you're gonna do it, you know, you do it.
Well, we went with what they said to put.
A little. Yeah. I mean, we eyeballed it.
I eyeballed it. But I'm pretty good with my, you know, I'm pretty good to like a point.
Point. Yeah.
Like
I mean,
a point.
A point's pretty easy to map out.
I'm good to a point, you know.
Yeah, but I think it was 0.25 that we did. No.
Yeah, something like that. You know, it was fun for a good 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, thanks for joining the show, BG.
Yeah, first time commenter, man. Oh shit, I bought 4 after y'all. Yo, man, what do you think of it? What do you think of it, BG? Being one of the people who tried it, that's not us. Because people look like I'm saying, people would think that we got something going on with them. And we're
Yeah,
just
they were like,
promoting
"How
their
much
shit."
did they pay you for the video?" I was like, "They didn't respond to our emails. Dog. They didn't pay us shit. They didn't even get back to us."
Yeah, man, and they didn't even tag us right in it.
No, they didn't. Yeah, fucking assholes.
Yeah, man. Everyone, hold on, what's he say there? BG says everyone at my friend's bachelor party was watching the rail line.
Was watching Rail Line. Us?
Dope.
Watching us? Yeah, sick. Yeah.
No, even if they meant that they were just at the party fucking doing rails or fucking
Lit.
I mean, in a way, that's like a legal party.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's got the whole feel of like Scarface, but it's all just, you know, you keep doing rails of that, you are gonna be fucking.
Yeah.
You're gonna start fucking
Yeah.
geeking if you
Yeah, a
keep
little.
doing rails of that.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I'm positive.
Yeah. It got you moving. It definitely got you moving. It does the job.
It made me sweat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it made me sweat.
You know, and the more you keep doing it, then the more the placebo effect will take over. You know, so I think that's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
BG says, definitely not coke, but it does rile you up. Yeah, it riles you up a little bit.
Had
Had
me-
me twitching in the Uber. Yeah, because even when you first take it, you just can't help but feel like, yo, that felt wrong.
Right. Yeah, it felt wrong. And it's, dude, anytime you're going to sniff something, no matter what it is, you're going to feel something after you sniff it. Even if it's just a rush to your brain that you just put some powder in your nose, you're going to get something.
Or your lady's toes. Spread the big one and the little one, put your nose between it, like if it's, you know, like that. And just,
I knew you had
You
a
know,
foot fetish, dude.
nice cheesy.
Aw, come on.
You know, like right after they ran a little bit, had them run a couple of miles, take off those damn socks. Right between the little pinky toe and the other one, you put the little pinky toe in your nose, and then you just with the other one. I would have to put it in this nose because this is a flat tire. Why does everybody call me an addict? Like it hurts my feelings. You fucking break. I do give people props for trying so hard to hurt my feelings. You know, I give them props for that. Keep trying. I wish some of them would come on the show and go at us while we're on the show. That would be great. You know, I wouldn't mind that.
Be careful what you wish for, my friend. Be very careful for what you wish for.
I didn't say
dude,
I-
next
I
week
didn't
we
say I
have
wish.
Udine coming on the podcast.
Who do we got?
Udine.
Udine?
Yeah, he's joining the show.
Do y'all want to hear the story
We
of
don't have to get-
Udine?
We don't have to get into it.
Do you guys want to hear a story of Udine, the traffic cop, the meter maid? Timur says, how do I join the J gang? What's the J gang? Did I say something? I don't even know. What's the J gang?
Oh,
What?
the gang that, well, the Candace Owens
Oh,
thing.
oh,
Yeah,
oh, oh, oh. You got to get jumped in. They beat you with a sock full of. They beat you with a sock full of dollars. They put you in a circle, start hitting you with stacks.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's fucked up, man. They're gonna have a field day with us. All they gotta do is go to the Adam episode,
Oh, dude.
and I'm a dead man.
Yeah, both of us do. Both of us do. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that could be taken out of context real bad. That could, like, real bad. And taken out of context and sound like I'm saying factual shit, too. Like the Jews are, you know, it
Whoa.
just, you know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
Or they could also go
I called
to our
Adam.
Jason Scoop episode.
What did we say in the Scoop episode that was bad?
I'm not going to bring it up.
I don't even remember.
Look, if
saying
they're going to
something-
find it, let
Yeah,
them
yeah,
look.
yeah.
Okay, let them look. Once they get on you, they get on you, dude. They went at Candace for liking a meme.
Yeah.
So they're following what she likes, dude. So that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, it's bigger than just the fact whether you like her or not.
Right.
It's the fact that there's a group of people out there following every move she makes, even the shit she likes. That's insane.
I'm
That's
I'm
insane.
conflicted, man. I'm conflicted because like at a certain point, I feel like when you're part of something like the Daily Wire or a bigger organization, that's when the morals go out the window. But I'm just assuming that because of what CNN, Fox, and these other channels have done. I have no reason to really believe that about the Daily Wire. You know,
I have no reason to believe that either. I mean, I just listen to what's being said and I hear them giving their opinions against
dude,
both
the
sides.
Daily Wire is owned by Ben Shapiro, dude. Ben
They
Shapiro,
go against-
Ben Shapiro employs Candace Owens. And people are going to call her anti-Semitic. Shapiro
And he went at her.
for this, for being anti-Semitic.
He went at her when she made the comments
Really?
because she put up scripture because, you know, she made the comment that she thinks it's horrible to see innocent Jewish children die, which of course I condemn that, in case anybody's wondering. I'm big with my Jewish people. I love my Jewish people. But then she said, I think it's horrible to see the children on the other side dying.
Right.
And that somehow was a bad comment for her to make. Okay. So Ben went at her. You know, he said that, he said that she, you know, what was the comment he made? Something in the realm of that she doesn't know what she's talking about. You know, like she's naive to the whole thing. And she never responded. You know what I'm saying? And she never responded and still works for the dude. So obviously they don't all agree on the same shit. And I've even seen I've seen her go at Matt and say, I don't agree with what Matt says. I've also heard her do something where she does say she agrees with what Matt says. They don't all agree, although to some extent they do. But that's like me and you. I mean, that's why
I know,
people,
dude, and, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you look at her early videos, dude, and she was just doing selfie videos on her laptop and just talking.
Yeah.
You know.
You know. And that's the thing. Like, if we were to get put into some sort of group, somebody picked us up, and now we're working with a bunch of other people that are self-minded, like-minded, then, you know, people will obviously start thinking that we're part of the thing too. Mm-hmm. Unless people know we stay talking what we've always talked.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at it. Has her message changed from when she first started till she blew up?
Right.
And that goes with anybody. Did the message change? Like, if you look at somebody like what's that dude's name? The one that we showed him in blackface.
Howard Stern. You're talking about Howard Stern.
Yeah. Now, if you look at Howard Stern, has his message changed? You understand what I'm saying? Has he changed from when he first started and everybody was behind him because he was the rebel to now? Is it the same thing? No, it's not.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's
obviously he got bought out because now the new thing he's saying goes directly with what
People
they
can change
wanted to
their
say.
mind, though. You know.
But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that his mind has changed to exactly what they want him.
Correct.
To what the
for
agenda
sure,
is.
for sure. Yeah, dude, I said that about Rock too. Like I love Chris Rock. I think he's one of the best comedians of all time. But he was kicking those vaccines so hard, dude.
And let's
so
keep it real.
hard.
I love Chris Rock. I've had some like crazy, like kind of Chris Rock experiences. I love the dude. He's a legend. But when I watched his last special, all the woke shit sucked.
Yeah.
It wasn't until he started just talking from his heart about shit that he really was able
Dude,
to talk
100%
about
agreed with you.
that it
100%.
became a good set.
Yep.
Because before that, it was like almost like he had to do these jokes to go against, you know. And listen, if you want to believe that stuff still, then believe it. King Handel says it's like when politicians condemn each other in public but get lunch together the next day. This stuff is entertainment, man. All for the clicks. Well, to an extent, because at the same token, you still have to deal with these people.
Well, I would also say too is like the thing that I struggle with, right, is like when you look at the titles of our videos, right? It's the same thing with that. Who's the British dude? Russell Brand. You know, like all the titles of his videos will be these like clickbait type stuff. But I have to do the same thing because your video is not going to get seen. So the problem is you don't know how much people are doing that, right? Like, how are they writing the whole script for it, or what are you doing over here? You fucking tweeting?
No, I want to show you right now, like what's going on, even just on our level. Like we're nobodies.
Yeah,
I'm sure everybody would agree that. That's not an argument.
We got a couple comments.
Yeah, let's see what the comments are. Yep. Themore says, I think I'll join the Mormons gang. Got to think about the perks.
Yeah, dude, like all the women and the underwear. Yeah.
Women in underwear?
Yeah, well, the Mormons, polygamy, right? You can have multiple women, which I don't know who would want that. Raymond Robles!
It's only good in theory. It's only good in theory. You know, like socialism. Raymond Robles says, the guy's alive. Yeah, baby. Still alive is the better way to put it. Themore says, Russell, next level psyop.
Yeah, Russell Brand.
Yeah, you think Russell Brand is next level psyop, dude?
Dude, it's so hard to tell that.
But what?
Dude, it's just, and this is by design too, right?
For us not to trust anybody.
Yeah, dude, but
a tree is known by its fruit. So my question is, what is, when you look at what he's saying, right? What is it that he's trying to get people to do?
Well, he's trying to get people to open up their eyes against what the government is doing, right? The medical industries and all these other things. But the other argument to that is maybe he was put there by the CIA, the NSA, the CCP in order to cause rift, right? So what happens is, you say some sort of COVID joke, 50% of the crowd hates you, 50% of the crowd loves you. By Russell making videos like that, Candace Owens making videos like that, and then have people on the left combating that makes the social rift farther and farther apart. And that, my friend, is MK Ultra. Thank you.
But what about the fact that, let's stick with the Candace thing, right? She'll bring up the people. Listen, it comes down to this. In politics, there's going to be, even if there wasn't left or right, there's still going to be a thing of people who think this way, people who think this way. Politics is trying to meet in the middle somewhere and what's best for the society you live in.
That's what it used to be, but now what they're doing is dude, it's clear. It's clear as day. Really, since COVID and a little bit before COVID, when it was really racial stuff that was going on before COVID, right?
Of course.
And
but in the beginning, when she started blowing up, it was because she was going against the fact that they were trying to create racial tension. She goes against all that stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I see. You
understand what I'm saying? So in other words, the tree is known by the fruit. So what is it what's the propaganda that she's kicking, that we shouldn't be thinking in the terms of race all the time? I would say she's correct. So now, am I just getting sucked into propaganda, or is it that morally, she's correct? That every single thing is all about now race. It shouldn't matter at this point. There was a time it did. And yes, people start at different levels. Yes. But do you think a poor white kid living in a trailer is starting off better than a poor white kid living in the hood?
Nah, dude.
Or would you say both of them got a pretty rough road ahead of them? Or is it that the kid in the trailer has white privilege, so all he has to do is say, I don't want to live here anymore, and every door will be opened for him? Is that what we're saying? Because I don't think that's the way it is. I know a lot of broke white people. My son just jumped on, man. Yo, much love, y'all. Sam, much love to you, man. I miss you. Daddy misses you.
Daddy's friend misses you.
King Anna says Mormons have all the perks. 30s.
Woo!
They have all the perk 30s. That's what he said. Okay, I got that now. BB says, all right, a couple of laughs. I got that. Need that living soil Mormon weed. Do the Mormons grow their own weed?
I was not aware of that at all.
It would be natural. You know?
People do not blow up by content.
Well, I think we're living proof of that. No, it's a thing of catching that right thing. She went up again, you know, and she said it the other day how she started. She went through her whole thing because people do say she does actually talk about the fact that people say she's a psyop. Right. So she went through her whole thing. She said, I blew up because I went against the narrative of Black Lives Matter. And that's what people connected to.
Right.
That's what started to.
Yeah, I mean, it's she caught lightning in a bottle. Really, is what it is. She went after something that was hot at the time, had a different take. Obviously, had an honest take, and I mean that hits.
Whether right or wrong, she was speaking what she felt. That's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything she says, but a lot of it I do. You know, a lot of it I do. So,
have you heard her comments on Puerto Ricans?
No. No, what did she say?
I can't repeat it.
Did she call us spics?
No. It's way
Did she
way
call
worse
us
than
dirty
that.
spics?
No.
But I'm just saying, you got to look at, like, even with Russell, right? Russell at one point was doing everything that they wanted him to do.
He was on drugs,
He
too.
promoted drugs. He promoted, you know, fucking whoever you wanted to fuck. He promoted, you know, living the life in the moment, don't give a shit. And when he did that, they never came against him. Mm-hmm. You didn't hear nothing about him. They wasn't going at him saying he said this or he said that or trying to stop his money. It wasn't until he started going against what the narrative is.
Right.
That they started going against him. They tried to shut him down. They got him taken off of YouTube just with an accusation.
I know, dude. That was crazy.
An accusation from a person, not even accusations from the cops. This brother's never been brought in or nothing. And yet, they took his money away. So the question becomes, are they just saying they took his money away and they're still paying him? And then my thing is, what does that accomplish? Mm-hmm. If what he's trying to get you to do, you know, what he's trying to get you to do, which is what he always says when he does this, is, what do you think? I would love to know your comments.
Right.
So, I don't know. At what point is it just, you know, freedom of speech? At what point is it you're just talking what you think?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's you know, I think we're at a weird point in the world too, especially with the internet, the amount of information that we get. I don't think that we're equipped, you know, to handle it at all. And you know, what blindness are we going to see in 10 years, like that we didn't see before? You know, same thing like before 9/11 happened. You thought about movies and all that other stuff way differently. Like, what are we going to think about YouTube in 10 years? You know, what's going to come out that we have even no remote idea.
Well, I don't know about anybody else out there, but they destroy TV. And by they, I just mean, like, between all the shit going on with Diddy and all the people connected. Like I said, how many times did I fast forward tracks from Jay-Z yesterday and tracks from Diddy? I just couldn't listen to them.
Yep.
I just couldn't listen to them. I hear one take that, and I'm like, no, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And then we were talking about movies.
Right.
How we were talking about Woody Allen has great fucking movies. But can you sit there and watch it knowing full well this dude was molesting his kid?
How about the ones before he adopted her?
I mean, I try to do that with Michael. Well, here's the thing with Michael. Michael, I don't think did anything, to be honest. I think Michael was innocent, to be honest. I don't give a fuck what anybody says until you prove me different. He went to court a bunch of times, and every time he won until you prove me different. And what I said back in the day turned out to be true was that he was trying to go at Sony.
Ooh.
He was trying to go at Sony. He said, I just gave them my last album, and with all the publishing that he had purchased, he said, I will be leaving Sony owning more of Sony than Sony owns. And I said that back in the day, and now it just came out that that's true.
So what was it that happened? He was going to them about his music rights?
He gave them their last album that he owed them, which was like a double album or some shit. And then he said, in one of his last interviews, he said, I will be leaving Sony owning more of Sony than Sony owns because of all the publishing he bought from other artists.
Oh, got it.
So he would have been a predominant owner of Sony, and they wasn't going to have that, dog.
Yeah.
And what people forget is somebody went to jail for killing him. So when people sit there and go, oh, no one killed Michael Jackson, somebody took the fall for that. I don't think that person is the person who called it.
It was the doctor,
the
right?
doctor.
Right.
They sent his ass to jail for killing Michael Jackson.
Right. Yeah.
Now, they didn't call it murder. But, listen, man.
What a perfect fall guy for that. How long? You know how much time he did?
I think he's out already. I'm not even
sure
sure.
he's out.
Probably like 5 years or something like that. King Handles, let's go to some of the comments real quick. King Handles says, the irony of Candace not wanting to focus on race is that what's her basis of the lawsuit she won and got money for. She actually talks about the lawsuit too. And the truth is not that she doesn't want to focus on race. She's very open on the fact that she got into this to speak to black people, to try to motivate black people to stop seeing themselves as victims. Mm-hmm. And the way to do that is to stop looking at everything in a race way. Not to say, listen, when people say that there's no systematic racism, it's not to say that racism don't exist. There are racist motherfuckers out there. My mom's is Puerto Rican. She's racist against Spanish people. Okay, so there's racists out there, especially if you're old. We were talking to my man Lou yesterday, and I said, you sound like a fucking 75-year-old old man. And not even saying anything in hate, just naturally talking, and you're like, none of what you said just now is really allowed to be said outside of the realm of this table.
Yeah. Well.
Which is why he does nothing online and has nothing online.
Yeah. Smart guy.
Mm-hmm. He says, I guess the money must have dried up as she pivoted. Well, she also said that once she pivoted, that it has cost her, and that she said she will go into that, but at the moment she couldn't. Right. This is going off her last episode. It's funny you're saying this, because the last episode she said that she has taken monetary damage for her views. And, I'm sorry, give me a second. No, I just dropped my phone. She says she's taking monetary damage from the views, and she said that from her views, and she said that she will share that. So, well, she'll share what she means by that and how it affected her, as far as losing money. So, I mean, listen, until she says it, then, we'll see what it's about. You just have to wait and see. And listen, I'm not sitting there saying, oh, this is my voice or whatever. I'm just saying, the lady does make a lot of sense, man. The woman makes a lot of sense with some of the shit she kicks. And if I have to listen to her or the cackling hens on The View, I'd rather listen to her. At least she speaks clear enough where I could either agree or disagree. I like The View. There's certain things I like to watch, like, how you watch NASCAR for the accidents? Yeah. I watch The View just to hear. Now, I don't even watch it. I never watched The View. All I ever saw was clips of it.
That's the worst.
Oh, you don't have to tell me, man. Themore says Joe Rogan, Alex Jones. So you think they're psyops too? See, that's the thing. Anytime a person starts to blow up, because Joe Rogan, you could say no one blows up from content, but Joe Rogan was doing this shit for a long, long time when podcasts weren't even popular.
Yeah, dude, he didn't pick up like, and I don't want to say steam, but I mean like he wasn't a household name until he got like almost into the thousands of episodes.
Yes.
He wasn't in news articles until thousands of episodes.
No, and the thing is, people who watch podcasts, which I've done when podcasts were first coming up. Like I said, I did a podcast before I did comedy. And before I was doing anything, me and my 5 friends sat together and did a podcast because we just used to talk the craziest shit. And you were allowed back then to say whatever the fuck you wanted to say, so it was fun. Mm-hmm. So that's like, you start something and then you blow up, and then all of a sudden now you're part of the problem.
You're a psyop, yeah.
But my thing is that, Joe has always been very liberal in his thoughts. And if anything, he's been kind of less liberal now. He's been very open about the
100%.
way he looks at things.
He's completely changed.
And I don't know if he would claim to be one side or the other, but either way, there comes a point where, if that's the case, and then you just can't even put on the television or turn on your computer because anything you're hearing is, discernment is a big thing. You have to be able to discern what you're listening to. And like I said, what is it they're saying at the end? What is all this that they're saying?
I know, bro. That's what I was saying about that Octopus Murders movie. You know, it was like what they said at the end. You know,
exactly. What were they saying at the end? Oh, there's all these things that connect, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, you'll go crazy if you think about it too much.
You go crazy, you think about it, man.
Yeah.
D-Moore says it was a speech, I think, in Latin America related to a concert. Oh, because he sent us.
The MJ thing.
Link.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get down to that. I gotta copy that.
MJ faked his death. Dave the wake. You think Michael Jackson faked his death? There's a thing yesterday we were talking to Lou where he said Kennedy faked his death.
I know.
A lot of people faking their deaths. Elvis faked his death. I mean, shit, I need to talk to these motherfuckers because I want to find out how to do that shit. You know? Listen, with all the shit I'm going through with being evicted and everything, I'm ready to destroy my fucking Social Security and say I snuck in this motherfucker. Do I look Mexican? Would you believe that I was Mexican? You know?
Maybe.
Because I'm ready to get all the benefits that come with sneaking into this country. You know what I'm saying? I need to pay less rent. Yuki says, deny that racism exists is crazy. No, I would never deny that. I know a lot of racists.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of racist people. Some of them are cool in some ways. They just look. Racism always boils down to ignorance. It's all ignorance. If you're not going to judge a person by the character of who they are rather than the color of their skin, then that's ignorance, man. It's just ignorance. So I'm not saying that there aren't racist people. I'm just saying that I believe personally, and I believe this because this is how I lived. Mm-hmm. You know, I believe personally that we live in a day and age now that any person, although it might be harder for them, fine. If they work hard and do the work, it'll pay off. Mm-hmm. No matter what they are. That's just what I feel. And I could be 100% wrong, okay? That doesn't mean I'm not allowed to feel that way. And I said it straight up. I'm not talking anything like it's fact. If anybody wants to know, I got a GED. I wouldn't even say I'm an influencer because anybody getting influenced by anything I say needs to double check what the fuck I'm saying because, like I said, I got a GED.
This is for funsies.
It's for funsies, man.
Funsies. There you go.
Yeah, JFK hoax, 100%. It's not illegal, only illegal to collect insurance.
Faking your death isn't illegal?
Oh, faking it? That's not. I think it is. It's gotta be.
I don't really want to Google that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to Google that.
Yeah, like that's gonna be what gets you in trouble.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, what if I happen to suffer some misfortunate accident? You know.
Let's go, man. Ben Trebe's first.
That's a spam comment.
Oh, it is. All right. The traveling runner says, "G looks like a Mexican from Chihuahua."
It's good he spelled it like that. If he spelled it the right way, you never would have got it.
No, I would have. I feel like there's no W's in that word, right?
No, it's like U's and A's. It's Wawa is HUA.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it that way. Thank you for spelling it in the way I could read it. It's not illegal to fake your death.
Again, you can Google that one.
It's gotta be.
All right.
I'll Google it, man. I don't give a shit. Here's something I want to say. Like, we're nobodies, right? Obviously, I could say that over and over, and I really don't got to convince nobody. But even on the level that we are on, we're already being whatchamacallit, banned. Like all over the place.
Oh, dude, we were banned for the lab leak theory. That was the first ban we got,
and that came out to be proven true.
Well, it's not proven true, but they're like admitting that that's probably what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they haven't
proven true.
Yeah.
But here's the perfect example, right? I did a post the other day. I put up something I very rarely put up, which is a clip, right? I put up the clip. In 1 hour, I had 1,700 views.
Wow.
In 1 hour, 1,700 views. And then after that hour, it just came to a halt.
Yeah.
This was, let me see how many days ago this was. This was, well, it doesn't tell you when I put it up. It should tell me when I put it up. It should tell me when I put it up. But either way, it's been about a week. So this thing got 1,700 views in 1 hour, and it's been up a week, and I only got 1,824.
Dude,
it just stopped. And that's all my shit. That's all my shit. I got motherfuckers just doing close-ups of their eye winking, and they'll have 3 million views. My shit was popping, 1,700 in 1 hour, and then that's it. Boom. Boom. It stood at 1,705 for 3 days. 1,700.
Yeah.
No, 17,000. No, they don't let me get past 1,000.
Yeah,
dude. That's the first time I ever went past 1,000 on any of my clips.
Yeah. This is our
I'm shadow banned.
Yeah, this is our YouTube page, and you can actually go through it, right? Like we talk about religious freedom, that gets 5,000. We talk about Carly Russell, no views. You know, white male Judeo-Christian, 7 views. Talking about why Iowa, about the election, 29 views.
Yeah, anytime we talk about
but
shit,
dude, anytime it's some controversial shit, that they'll send that shit out. Pain pills, flat Earth, no views. You tell me people don't like pain pills, dog? Everyone loves pain pills.
You're telling me somebody didn't see that just to fucking call us a dick?
Yeah.
I feel like there's at least 2 people every time they see one of our clips that are just dying to call us idiots.
Yeah. Look,
so you're telling me.
Israel gets 2,000. Finding Truth in CIA, 22. Anglo-Saxons, 23. Vatican, 6,000. It's like, dude.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. What does BG say? You need to take a dab next stream. I'm not into dabs, man. It's like a bong to the 100th power.
It's crack, dude. It's crack.
It's quick head. I don't know.
It's crack.
And
dude.
I know dudes who just smoke dabs all day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, too. We did dabs on when we did this podcast back in the day, when dabs were first coming out, and you had to use that big blowtorch.
Yeah.
We did that on my show. We did dabs. I did dabs for the first time on the podcast, the first Rated G.
Did you cough a lot?
Coughed my brains out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't video. It was all just audio, because
yeah.
everyone at the time had jobs, and nobody wanted anyone to see their faces. And you could hear us.
Yeah,
you would hear it was a huge torch.
Yeah, the torch is the crackiest. It's the crackiest part about it.
Yeah, and you're heating it up. Then you put the thing in. I did them. They were cool, but whatever. It's too much work. Mm-hmm. Traveling Runner says, "Thank you for reading it in the only way I can spell it." Self, what's going on, man? It's been a while, Self. How you been, man? I haven't heard from you. Haven't seen you, dog. I heard you was at the never mind. Saul, good to see you, baby. Church, what's going on, Church Street? Haiti, funny you should bring that up. We were talking about my man Barbecue the other day, yo.
Yeah, dude. That's what I put on the episode list today, because I didn't know what we were talking about. It was about Haiti.
Self-promotion says, been good. I'm in town. Well, if you're in town, then you got to come check us. We have shows tomorrow if you're still here. Come check us out, man. BG says, me laughing my face off. I stay dabbing all day. Yeah, some of my boys do that shit all day. I just feel like it's a lot of work. Cell says, where was I? Say it. I heard you was at the Matt Bridgestone show the other day.
Woo.
I heard you had a choice of to go see AC Jokes or go see Matt, and you went to Matt. But I only heard that. I only heard you went because his tickets were free. That's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Themor said, did Brian take the 5 minutes on stage? Oh, did Brian take the 5 minutes on stage, or were you rolling, G? 5 minutes on stage.
Oh, last episode. You said you were going to give me 5 minutes last episode.
Oh, yeah, he didn't come. He didn't show up.
No, I did. Yeah, I showed up. But you had a crowd of like 140. So it was like a really good Friday night.
Well, you bombed in front of more than that.
I know, but that's not like when you guys are trying to make a name for yourself. You know what I mean? That's an established show. I can ruin an established show. Not one that's working to overcome. We'll do some. I got to do some mics.
Just got in.
I'm
just fucking with you, Ted.
Love yourself.
Yeah, man. Big up to Self. Tell your wife I said hello. Give her my love and a big hug.
Yeah. Themor says, cool. Nice to hear Phil in the house. Yeah, dude. AC Jokes. And I've told Gary and I've told Ray this. But when you go there now, there's a palatable difference in the energy of the room. The lights are down. It looks nice. The shows are good. They get funnier as the show goes on, which is important.
It's important. And also the vibe just with everyone there. It's a much more nice, like, I was saying the other day, like we don't just run out after the shows now. You know what I'm saying? I used to do my set and be like, send me, whatever else you got to send me.
Yep.
I'm out. Now, the other day, we were all getting ready to leave, and we stopped at the door and was like, you guys want to smoke something before we leave? We were like, yeah. We all took our shit off, went back, sat down. And
it's a cool little green room, too. I like that.
Yeah, man.
I like that. Cool. Yeah, I like the green room. I mean, listen, it's not that we don't have our struggles. It's just that, we got everybody on the same page working to make something happen. Yep.
And the only way it's going to work is if y'all motherfuckers go to acjokes.com and buy tickets and come check us out, man. You know what I'm saying? Everyone out there is like, Gary, we're so glad you're making moves out there. Well, the moves only worth it if motherfuckers show up. So even if you can't show up and you got friends going to AC, man, you tell them, make sure they check out AC Jokes, all right? We got big shit happening. We just fucking booked Jason Scoop coming down Memorial Day. We got Aaron Berg coming down. We got fucking... Who else we got coming? Hold on a second. We got so many fucking people coming down. It's insane. Every weekend, new comics, man.
Friday, May 24th, Jerry Seinfeld, acjokes.com. May 25th, Dave Chappelle. May 26th, Rodney Dangerfield. The AI.
Look, man, we're not the Yankees yet. We're more like the Mets. We got like fucking what's his
Gary
name?
Gary Seinfeld.
Yeah, we got Gary Seinfeld, his cousin. Yeah, man. We've been booking a lot of shit, man, and we're gonna have more people coming down. And every day,
you have Sherrod, right?
Sherrod Smalls. Even though I'm just waiting for him to confirm, but we basically got Sherrod. We booked him too. We're gonna be opening up also at Claridge, people.
Wow.
The 26th, April 26th is our opening day over at Claridge. Right now at this moment we got Sherrod Smalls headlining over there, but I gotta still confirm that. But it looks like that's gonna happen, and no matter what, we're gonna have a killer show there, and we're excited to be doing things over at Claridge, man. So go to acjokes.com, man, and check out who we got coming down this week. We got Shannon's coming back. Shannon Harris is coming back this weekend for 3 shows. It's banging.
So I wanted to, we talked about this earlier, but on the location of where the Claridge is built is the former location of the Traymore, a Tartarian hotel. I just want to show you a picture of it since we're talking about it, right? This is it, dude. Look at this thing. This was a hotel that they built in Atlantic City, bro. Pre-war, dog. Look at that thing. Dude, look at that. It looks like the Capitol building. Do you know what they had in this thing? They had hot water taps, they had cold water taps, and they had ocean water taps. You can get a bath full of ocean water in your bedroom. Dude, it heals. The salt water heals.
But ocean water got like animals peeing and shitting in it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the Atlantic City tap water is much cleaner. Didn't he have a boil advisory like 2 weeks ago?
I didn't even know. I was drinking the water straight for those 2 days, dude. I could be dying. I didn't even know, yo. They were like, the water's fucked up. I was like, really? I've been doing nothing but drinking that shit in my coffee and everything. Even though I would like to think once I ran it through the thing and it got hot, it probably did something to it. But I was drinking that shit, didn't even know. By the time I found out, it was over. The first article I read was, there's no longer an advisory. I said, there was an advisory? That's fucked up. But listen, man, if the water don't get me, the mold will.
That's true. Or the ceilings.
Or the ceilings, man. Melissa says, I love Gary Seinfeld. What's up, Melissa? Tell my brother I said hello. Self, where are you playing now? We're at Resorts and we're at Claridge. That's where AC Jokes is now. If you want to see the other guys, you got to go to their page and see wherever they're putting on shows, what bar they're at.
DM them for free tickets.
Themore says, beautiful. Thank you, Themore. Self says, why don't we use ocean water now instead of fresh water?
Great question, Self. That is what I want to know. Why does a hotel that was built in 1906 and destroyed in 1970, a brick building like that? This building was built before that, right? And they haven't done one lick of repair since it was built. Not one. They haven't even painted. They haven't even painted this place since it was built.
No, it's still got like the poppy stuff on the wall. What's that stuff called?
Stucco, I think. Right? Stucco.
I don't even know, but that shit is so fucking old.
And it's still here though. You know.
Still standing. It sways in the wind. I like to believe it was built to do that. Because there are some days, yo, I'm like, this shit is coming down, yo. This shit is coming down. Themore says plaster inside.
Plaster, that's it. Plaster.
Yeah, that's what it is. And who knows if there's asbestos in there, man. I would think not. Even though it's an old building, you think they just left the asbestos in there with all the stuff that was going on with asbestos back in the day?
Oh no, I'm sure that the mafia controlled Atlantic City in the 60s was really concerned about their asbestos removal programs, dog.
So what are you saying, that they wasn't concerned? That this place is filled with asbestos? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I'm saying that the FBI was a figment of the
I like to watch you just drown yourself.
I would love to drown myself in a cold ocean water bath.
I don't want to take a bath in ocean water.
Good old lead paint. Yeah, that's what's going on. The lead paint.
Nah, I don't think the paint is lead. I think they painted this place since something. Not before I got here.
No, definitely not before. Yeah, I mean, you got new cabinets. You know.
Those cabinets ain't new.
Well, dude, they're newer than the apartment is. Same thing with the mirror. That's like a 70s mirror. You know.
Yeah, it's been here since the 70s for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I like that mirror though. Makes the place look bigger.
Yeah, I do too. You could use a little Windex on it though. Just you know, if I'm my dad.
They probably could.
Yeah.
It's got all my spickles of cough when I cough in front of it. And it just that's what's all over it. I'll tell you, I can't wait to go to court. I go to court on the 27th, and I'm looking forward to it. Themo says, "Why are you tripping over the leak? It's been happening for 30 years."
Yeah, dude, come on. You're gonna bring old news up now? Come on, dude. That leak's been here since the Reagan administration, dog, and you're worried about it now?
Well, only because now it's actually making its way through the building. You know, I didn't complain about it when it was just a bubble. I did actually. I said, "Yo, you know, the ceiling's bubbling. It looks like it might come down." You know. And I remember the night it came down, it woke me up, but I didn't come out to check.
Oh, really? You're like, I'm not doing it.
I said, I'm not going to see what that sound was.
Yeah, I do that with bills in the mailbox. If I have a bill in there that I can't or don't want to pay, I just leave it in the mailbox until I can pay it.
Everything stays in the mailbox, man. I pull out my mailbox shit when there's no more room, when it's like just all there. Then I go through
Check
it. I'll
it.
look. I'll be
Yeah.
like, bill. Fuck these people. I put it right back in.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Because you haven't gotten it yet. If it's still in the mailbox.
So Udine, is that his name? Yeah. The Udine story, real quick. I want to go back to that. Yesterday we took a ride, and every time I go into the city, man, every fucking time I get a ticket. Every fucking time. So yesterday was Tuesday. Normally when I go down, it's Monday, but I had to go down. There was a little money fucking chance to make, so I had to go down there. And I showed him Caravan Chicken. Because they closed on Monday, so I never get to go there. But
and we thought they were closed too, bro. How scary was that?
When we got there, it looked like it was closed, and then we saw a little head sitting at the table, and we were like, "No, it's open." If you're in Astoria and you don't know Caravan Chicken, then I don't know what to tell you. But if you're ever in Astoria, go check out Caravan Chicken, man. It's closed on Mondays and all of July.
There you go, Caravan Chicken.
Yeah, the best fucking chicken, man. He took a bite and he goes, "This is the best chicken I've ever eaten."
Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
It was good.
It was, and you said it, you know, when you go to a place that much, you're bound to get one that's like, that was all right.
Yeah,
wasn't
like
it wasn't their best work.
They didn't get it today, yeah. They didn't.
Yeah,
get
it just wasn't their best work,
yeah.
You know, but that happens. But dude, that was fucking great. $11 too.
Yeah.
Rice, beans, salad, quarter chicken.
Yeah, man. So we were there, we were eating, and he looks out the window and he sees the meter maid. Now, mind you, I was parked right out the window, and I did the pay on my phone.
Yeah, pay by app. Yep.
Yeah, pay by app, right? Which it tells you to do, not for nothing. Right on the thing, it says pay by app. Use the pay by app, right? So I used it. We see the dude. something told me to go out there, dude. Something told me.
Yeah,
to
when
go
I saw
out
him the
there.
way he was circling, I was like, I think you're good.
Yeah, because it looked like he went right past my car because we didn't see him writing my car the fucking ticket. So we come out after eating, and I see I have a ticket. I can't lie, man. I was so fucking aggravated over this shit, man. Because I'm like, every fucking time I come out here, they hit me with a ticket. And I know full well all I got to do is, go to the place, say I'm going to fight it, and send a picture. But why should I have to go through all that fucking shit, man? So
when
I
you're
was
also
pissed.
paying the taxes for that lazy fuck who could just look. He just didn't want to put your license plate in the computer
Lazy
to run the
fucking
check.
bastard. Yep, lazy fucking bastard. Right? And so right when I saw the ticket, I jump out the car. And Brian's like, dude, where you going? Don't. He's like, fuck it. And I go walking. I must have walked like 2 blocks in both directions. I'm looking for this motherfucker. I can't find him. And I know he couldn't have gotten too far.
Yeah, because it was minutes. It was 3:12 and you got the ticket at 3:03.
Yeah, it couldn't have gotten too far. So I'm looking up the block, down the block. I can't find this dude. So then I come back, we get in the car, and I start driving, and he goes, where we going? And I said, I'm making a turn around this block to see if I find this motherfucker. And I'm thinking we're not going to find him. But sure enough, we get to the other corner, and as I'm driving up, he goes, the dude's name's Udine. Because it's on the ticket.
It's on the ticket. I looked up his name, and I was like, I know how to say that, too. It's Udine.
Udine.
Yeah.
So we see, I said, is that him? And I'm at a light, and the dude's across the street on the corner. And I'm like, is that him? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think that's him. And I'm like,
I thought it was a cop. I thought he looked like a cop.
I said, that's him. Cops don't wear the white hats. I said, that's him. That's him. And I'm waiting for the light to change so I could just roll right up on him and jump out.
I thought you were going to
I wanted to do the
Italy,
jump
dude.
out on this motherfucker, yo. Right? But then as the light changes, he starts crossing toward us. So I pull right in the middle of the block and I back up right into the corner to where he hits the corner, I hit the corner. I rolled on my window. I'm like, yo, Udine. And he didn't react at first.
Because he was on the phone. Remember, he had his phone up?
And then I said, yo, Udine. And he turned around. Man, I'm not proud of myself. I'm not going to sit there and say that I have self-control in every situation. And I'm telling Brian, I'm going to llama this motherfucker.
Dude, I'm glad you didn't, dude. I'm glad you didn't.
I kind of did.
Well, you were
but
just
not,
you were
but not,
spraying.
I was yelling so much that I was like spickles where I seen them like landing on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the spickles. I was like, you fucking gave me a ticket. You didn't fucking check your shit. And he's like, something must have went wrong. No, nothing went wrong, motherfucker. You didn't check. Okay? Nothing went fucking wrong. And he's like, well, all you got to do. I said, I know what I fucking got to do. That's why you wrote the ticket. Because you don't give a fuck. Your attitude is, oh, well, all they got to do is send in the shit, you fucking piece of shit. And then he smirked at me.
I didn't see the smirk.
He was just like, as my spickles were landing on his fucking big-ass nose. And then I said, I said, go fuck your father, you fucking camel fucker.
Goat
fucker.
Goat.
Called him a goat fucker. And then we drove off. And Brian was dying. And then he reminded me that what I just did was a hate crime. I don't think it's a hate crime. Because I called him a goat fucker. I never once brought up his nationality at all. So I think it's more racist for the person who automatically tagged what I said to a nationality.
Okay. Well, if you said chicken fucker, that would be a white guy.
No, I would have said sheep fucker.
Oh, sheep? Sheep, white?
White dudes be fucking them sheeps. They bring them to a cliff and they push them forward and then they back up. SS Strange. Ah, shit. First time podcaster. This show podcast is off the chain. I'm new here. Yo, welcome. Welcome, SS Strange, man. And thank you for commenting, dude. And thank you for hanging out. We can't even tell you how much we appreciate you, man. You know, self-promotion says Brian is a racist. Of course, yeah.
I'm prejudiced. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's not a racist. He's prejudiced. There's a difference.
Big difference.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough power to be a racist. He can't affect your life. He can just look out your window and say, look at all these fucking dirty spics.
I like Spanish people, dog.
I know. Imagine how he talks about the people he don't like. Like the Haitians.
Whoa, dude, I'm a big fan of barbecue, dude. Me and barbecue are
We're gonna
boys.
try to get barbecue on the show.
Yeah, we're 100% reaching out to barbecue.
Doesn't he have like a TikTok or an Instagram or something?
Yeah, dude, he's got a lot.
Yeah, let's hit him up. Let's try to get barbecue on the show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's doing PR.
We could bring him on for like cooking tips. Cooking with barbecue.
How to boil a child. Barbecue.
You don't boil a child, dude.
No.
You do them over easy on the frying pan.
I like to make the pit, like the baby pit, and then you put them on the stick, and then
yeah. That's another way you can do it.
You turn.
Rotisserie. Yo, you haven't lived till you had rotisserie baby.
Peruvian baby with a side of rice and beans.
Peruvian rotisserie baby. With a side of rice and foreskins. Foreskin chips. And they fry them up. Little foreskin chips.
Adrenochrome salsa.
With some adrenochrome salsa. Dude, now you're talking. I think we got $1 million restaurant right now, dog.
Who wants to go in on this with us?
I want my barbecue.
Dude, got some comments. Barbecue is that dude.
Rotisserie baby. Yeah, dude. You haven't lived, man. But here's the thing, man. You got to keep turning it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even let it sit still for a second. Their meat is very, And then when we were talking,
it's like a pork chop. You never want to eat overcooked pork, dude.
Yeah, like veal baby.
Oh, dude.
Like,
you just put them in a small crib.
You just let it pop out right into a Nike box. And then you tape up the Nike box, open that shit up in like a week or two. Self-promotion, medium well, yes. Medium's the way to do it. It peels right off the bone. This is horrible. This is horrible. I'm going to stop this now. We had fun, but the fun is over. I'm going to stop this now. Themor says, see that Puerto Rican rage? His head looking red, them veins popping. Dude, see, that's the problem, man. It's not rage.
Yeah, it is.
No.
What I witnessed yesterday was rage.
No.
What was it? Enlighten.
Passion. Puerto Ricans are not rageful. We're passionate.
All rage is passionate anger.
Dude, no. When you go into like a murder scene, right, in like a white neighborhood, and the person is stabbed like 127 times, right? They sit there and go, this was rage. This person had rage. But if you do that shit in a Spanish neighborhood and the person stabbed 120, you go, wow, whoever murdered this person was passionate. Because Puerto Ricans show passion.
Yeah, but you get more years on your sentence for passion than rage, though.
A passion crime? A crime of passion, as they call it? You know that was created for Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, it's the Puerto Rican murder scene.
That's a Puerto Rican. You're welcome, people. If it wasn't for Puerto Ricans, you wouldn't have crimes of passion. Okay? You wouldn't be able to sit there and go, my lady was fucking the next dude, and I had to do something to both of them. That's only understood with passion.
Mm-hmm.
Puerto Rican passion. You guys are welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Which one do we want to go to?
Michelle. Michelle says, oh my God, thank God my grandchild isn't here yet to hear you guys talk. Well, if your daughter's watching the podcast, then it's hearing us. They hear, man. If those ears are formed already, they hear. Themor says, next trip you got those cameras in place.
Oh, to film?
Oh, yeah, we purposely didn't bring the cameras this time.
We needed a day off, dude. I needed to not shoot something.
Yeah, we purposely didn't bring them because, self-promotion says angry at its best. Come on, self, crime of passion. Self, come on, you're Spanish, dude. You know we don't get angry. We get passionate, dog.
Yeah, and the actual definition of rage is violent, uncontrollable anger. Which you were not violent.
I was not violent.
It was uncontrollable anger, though. No?
If it was uncontrollable, then it would have been violent. The fact that it wasn't violent shows it wasn't uncontrollable.
I stand corrected. I agree with you. You're right.
And, in fact, I pulled away when I had enough. Right? What did I say when we pulled away?
That felt good.
Thank you.
And then you said, welcome to the 90s.
Welcome to the 90s. Well, I didn't say that till we made the turn and some dude was yelling at some chick for trying to pull into a spot that she obviously couldn't fucking fit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought he was helping her turn. No, isn't that not
No,
what
I
it was?
thought he was saying, what are you, a dumb bitch?
Yeah.
That's what I thought he was saying. I don't know. But maybe that was my own scenario in my head. Yeah. But then that's when I said, welcome to the 90s, because that's pretty much what it was like. Michelle says, nope, Tiffany is home. I'm at work watching.
She could be watching
How
from
you know
home.
she ain't watching from home? Oh, she would have probably said something.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. S.S. Strange said he was passionately enraged. Yeah.
How about towering rage?
The chick who stabbed her man 102 times, was she Spanish or white?
Definitely white.
White, yeah. But she only got community service.
Like I said, she was white.
Yeah, it's true. Without the passion.
Yeah.
Well, good for her, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe there is some white privilege. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. G got the righteous charisma.
Yeah, dude. That's.
More.
I mean, that's.
Thank you.
And dude, everything and I was there. Everything that dude needed that, because he's probably out there doing that shit all
He was doing
day,
it all
dude.
up and down the block.
Yeah.
All up and down the block. He was just putting fucking tickets on the windows.
And dude, the thing I don't get is like, okay, you're working a job like that, right? You have to work an 8-hour day, right? So, what difference does it make if you spend 5 minutes here or you just get up down the blocks faster? You know?
I think they get something for writing tickets.
Of course they do. It's called quotas, but they're not allowed to have quotas on paper. It's like my boy works at a rehab, right? And we talked about patient brokering before. Did we ever talk about that? Like selling people to get in and out of rehabs?
I don't remember.
Well, they're not allowed to do it anymore. But what they do is they make him hit X amount of meetings, which is the same thing as patient brokering. But it's not patient brokering because they're not paying you based on the people you're getting in. They're paying you based on the meetings, which is the result of getting the people in.
I see, said the blind man. What do we got? Themor says, no wrong in my face without confronting it. I agree. You know, and just so you know, the dude was bigger than me, too. So before anyone sits there and says I'm a bully. Self-promotion says, I like our new listener, Strange. So do I. So do I, man. Welcome to the family, man.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
You know, appreciate you. Self also says non-existent quotas. Of course, man. Mm-hmm. They're putting out their quotas, man. And the motherfucker just wrote me. Every time I go, I get a ticket for something, dude.
I know, dude. It's ridiculous.
Every fucking time.
I
Hate driving in fucking New York, man.
And they got all those cameras, too. I hate the cameras.
Come on, man. I told you, the cameras just ain't fair. Here's the thing, too. They got all these fucking cameras. They're all fucking grainy still.
Well, the images they show us are grainy, dude. Those cameras ain't grainy.
No, right? They
Fuck
can't be.
no,
They can't
dude.
be.
No, absolutely
So why do they
not.
always show us grainy-ass footage?
Do you remember when Trump was in office? He posted some picture about a target, like maybe it was Iran or something like that, and he posted the real resolution photo. And the Department of Defense was like, yo, dog, you got to take that down because no one knows we can take pictures like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, like I leave my door open when I'm alone taking a shit, and it's straight from the window. They could put like a little drone and just boom.
Well, dude, not even that. They have
There I am,
they have
taking a
satellites
shit.
in the upper atmosphere, not in space. They have satellites in the upper atmosphere, dude, where you could put a penny on the fucking George Washington Bridge and read the date off of it from those satellite cameras. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. SS Straight says self-promotion. Thank you, man. It's chill here. Thanks for the welcome, y'all. Ah, man, that shit is, and it's from the heart, dog. We love any maniac that hangs out long enough to chill with us.
For sure, yeah.
That stays for more than 5
Yeah.
minutes. We
Yeah.
love y'all, man. Cell says, bro, give him ticks to your show. Maybe he mad you never invited. Give who ticks to the show?
You talking about Strange?
I don't know what he doing. Oh, you mean the cop? I mean the meter maid?
Maybe, dude.
I don't even know, man. I can't wait to go to court, though, man. Right now, I'm feeling like I just want to go up against fucking the system. I'm going to lose. It's not about justice, man. You know? It's not about justice. I can't wait to go, though, because I got so much evidence. I've been brushing up, dude. I've been watching my Law and Order. I've been watching Court TV, you know.
Got an outfit picked out? You got a good suit?
I'm thinking of wearing a suit.
You should. Oh well, it's Zoom court,
It's
right?
Zoom
yeah,
court,
but dude,
but
wear this.
I'm
just
thinking
wear it
of
from
putting on. I'm thinking of being in my drawers with a tie, a shirt, and a jacket.
Dude, you should. I mean, how long does it take to put that on?
And then somewhere toward the end, I plan to stand up and walk away from the table where you see that I'm in drawers and nothing but a suit top. That's what I plan to do. SS Strange says they don't have quarters on paper, but I bet they get like gift cards or some prize for writing them tickets. Yeah, and you know how many people just forget about the ticket? Like, or especially in New York, I'm not going to lie, I was a dick when I was little. We would walk by,
Pull the tickets off the cars.
and say, here, let me handle that for you. And then rip it and keep walking.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. We did the thing in college. I mean, I'm sure you guys did it in New York. It's not a new trick, but you take tickets off of other cars and then put them onto your cars, and then you don't have to pay for parking.
Or you take an old ticket and put it there.
Yeah. Used to do that in Philly.
Yeah, we did that for a while.
Yeah.
Self says yes, and the meter maid fuck.
I think it's in reference to your lawyer. You don't have help from a lawyer. You do though.
No.
Explain
Actually,
that.
I spoke to my lawyer. He doesn't want to charge me yet, so he's like, dude, you really don't need me. He's just, he's giving me what to say, what to go in there to do, and what to ask for, and what to accept and what not to accept, and if because they're gonna sit us down and try to work out an agreement.
Yeah.
Before we go to trial. It's a pre-trial.
It's not pre-trial. Yeah. No, I was gonna say.
So they're gonna sit us
but it's not
both with a
deposition.
mediator, and the mediator's gonna try to get us to come to some agreement.
Do you tip a mediator?
No. You don't tip a mediator.
Good.
The tip is going to be the court charges for sitting in my living room. So, as the Strange says, some prick here in Denver still wrote me a ticket as I was moving my car. Oh, yo, well, big up to Denver, first of all, man. Fucking out there listening to us in Denver. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. They always hit my car. Even out here in AC, man, they hit my car all the time. And there's all these other cars around me doing illegal shit that don't get hit. There's a car still to this day. 5 fucking years it's been parked there with a top over it, with a
Nothing.
with a thing
don't do a
over
thing
it.
about it.
So you don't see if it has a parking permit. You don't see anything on it. Never gets a ticket. It's been there for 5 years. It's a Corvette. I finally seen the dude lifted the thing off of it one day. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? That car has not moved.
Yeah, you're using the street as your parking lot, the city streets.
It hasn't moved. It's not like it's just out there for days. No, it's been in the same spot for 5 fucking years. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, Self says start putting a cover on your car.
Thinking of doing that. But I don't have to do that now because listen, I already won. In a sense, I already won this case because I don't want to say it on the podcast.
We'll wait.
Yeah, because you never know. These motherfuckers might go and be like, oh, this dude got a podcast. Let's listen to the shit he says. Because I'm actually going to use our podcast as evidence.
Right, dates, live dates.
The date that the dude came in and we were doing the show and he drugged us up on the fucking spray, didn't open no windows, and he got us all high off the spray. He was here fixing the bathroom,
Yeah, I know,
supposedly fixing the bathroom.
Yeah, but what qualms do you have with him?
No, that's them saying they fixed my bathroom, and I have proof when we were on the podcast that when he left, we were talking about he didn't even fix the bathroom. All he did was put new tiles up and paint it. He didn't fix none of the damage. He didn't do nothing with the mold. He didn't do nothing with the rotted wood. He just put a piece of plywood to cover it,
Right.
so that it looked like there was a ceiling there, and then he put new tiles up. And we got us on the podcast talking about that. You know what I'm saying? So I
It was
got
kind of
him
fun
in
when
the
he was spraying that
house.
stuff, though. That was a fun
Oh,
episode.
he got us fucked up that day. That was a good episode.
Him too. Why didn't he open a window, dude?
Because he probably, it saved him from having to buy a paper bag to spray it into.
Dude, it's really bizarre. I'm like, what is this dude spray painting? What was he using? Was it spray paint or like clean?
Some sort of Krylon finish, because he painted the door, which had mold all over it.
Oh God.
So he fixed the mold by painting over it. That's what he did. Okay.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Okay. Which is fine, man, because like I said, I got nothing but pictures and shit. So I feel good about going in there, but I also know what I'm up against, because the last time I went in there for that ticket, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I went in there for the ticket, which I still see as a win. It was a $50 ticket. and I paid $6. So I still see that as a win. But you were on the phone, man. They had me going through hoops and shit.
Ah, dude,
and,
yeah.
And it didn't matter how much what I said made sense. It didn't matter to them. Even to the point when I finally dropped my fucking, when he said, do you have anything else? And I said, yes, I do. Remember? And I said, I got a picture of my car with the ticket on it in front of my house. I said, when I look at the information on that ticket, right? And when I look at the information on the picture, I found something very interesting. I found that the ticket and the picture, the address, because I did it right in front of my house, the address matches. I said, I found that the date matches on the picture. I said, but you know what else matched on the picture? The time. It said I got the ticket at 2 o'clock, the same time that I took the picture. And I'm telling you, you were there. I said,
dude, I know. Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm asking you, Your Honor, how is it possible that I could have a picture of my car with the ticket on it in front of my house at 2 o'clock, and the officer writing me the ticket is not in the picture? I find that strange. You know, I said, the way I see it is, he wrote that ticket who knows how long before 2 o'clock and decided to put 2 o'clock in because in his mind, 2 o'clock is when I hit
Your
3
time.
hours.
Right, you hit your time. Yep.
So that ticket was written before 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I mean, before 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, yep.
And that motherfucker said, I don't care. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, your first defense was that you lived there, which I proved I did. You know, his whole thing was I didn't have a parking permit. Well, no one ever told me when I moved here.
Correct.
No,
But ignorance of the law is not an excuse,
but here's
though.
the thing. There's no sign on the block that says
For sure.
that I need anything.
But there's no sign in America that says you can't kill somebody, but we know it's against the law. So ignorance of the law isn't it?
So what you're saying is this, because the new place where I'm parking, right? The new place that I moved into, you could park on those streets.
With no permit?
No permit. You can park on the streets with no permit. There's not a sign anywhere that says you can't. Now, there's cleaning signs that say you can't park there from 6 to 10 on
So
certain
they should
days.
have a sign that says this is permitted parking only.
Of course they should.
Right. Yeah, no,
In other words, yeah, I live here. Well, you live here, you should know. But what if I was visiting?
Right.
How am I supposed to know if there's no sign? Well, the sign got knocked down. It's not my job to put it back up.
Right.
As long as that sign is down, that should be free parking. It's that simple.
Right. Or the city's not doing their end of the bargain.
Yeah, no, his attitude is before I park the car, I should look up what the ordinances of that city is that I'm parking my car.
Whoa, dude.
Come on, man, go fuck yourself. You know, I was glad that I got to tell the assistant district attorney that, look, I know this is a scam. And I know that I'm at your mercy. You know, I know that y'all gonna do to me whatever you want to do. So feel free to do it. I just want you to know something. I know this is a scam. I know that y'all are putting your fist up my ass like a fucking glove. Fuck out of here.
Dude, it's so disgusting.
Self says 2024 Colombo. Let me tell you something. I said that shit so good. I said it so good that I would have hired myself. I would have hired myself. Everybody in the Hollywood squares that was watching this, they were ready to applaud. They were like, this dude just dropped it on him. If there was a mic, I would have dropped it. I would have been like, boom. And that motherfucker just looked at me and said, I don't care, in his little Alice box.
Isn't it disgusting? It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting what they do to us. Dude.
Even when I called up
It's
today.
just disgusting. They're like, you don't respect cops. You don't respect the justice system. Well, maybe if it wasn't there to just charge us fucking money, you know?
Self-promotion says, I know, you know, I know. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. And then today I had to call them up because they told me on my thing to call them. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll call them, see what's up. They're like, well, what are your questions? I said, I don't have no questions. The paper said to call this place up. It didn't say to call up if you have questions. It just said to make the call. And they said, oh, no, you're good if you have your date. I said, okay. They go, it's a Zoom court. I said, you know that should be illegal, right? And they were like, excuse me? I said, Zoom court. Zoom court should be illegal. It should be fucking illegal. It's the dumbest shit in the fucking world. It's a horrible experience. how do we make court more horrible of experience for people who are not actual criminals but are just dealing with these fucking fines and shit like that?
You would
These
rather go
tax fucking things.
wait at the courthouse?
Yeah, I'd rather go to the fucking courthouse.
Why?
Why? Because that motherfucker who's evicting me, the courthouse is right down the block from me. I don't got to go that far. He should have to go and show up at that fucking place.
I agree with that. Yeah.
You want to sue me? Show the fuck up and come sue me. You piece of shit. I can't wait to see him in the box. I can't wait till I got him in that box, yo. I can't wait. I do pretty good in court.
I know you do.
I do pretty good, man. The last time when I was suing, I had cut my own finger. I still got the right here.
Jesus. Dude.
I was opening a box of knives, right? I was opening up a box of knives, and it was I bought it
from
a warehouse.
Yeah, this is good actually.
From a warehouse, I bought them. You know, I think it was for like Mother's Day or something. I got my, I saw that it was a bunch of knives at a good price.
Set. Yeah, knife set.
You know, so I picked them up, but it was, it wasn't like I didn't even go to Target. It was like one of those warehouse places, where you buy anything. You can get furniture there. You can get fucking food, anything. So I picked up the knives, and the knives were in a packaging where the bottom of it was thick, right? And it came up like a triangle. And it was in that plastic that, you remember the old Walkmans came in?
You can't open it.
You got to use scissors, right? So I cut the top because and the knives were facing up, right? So the knives are facing up. The top is where it's telling you to cut because you can't cut the bottom. So I cut the top. I cut a little bit of the side. I go to pull it open, and one of the knives popped right out and slit the shit out of my finger. 9 stitches, right? Took me 2 days to go get the stitches, too, because I didn't think it needed them. Then I was like, this ain't stopping. So second day, I go get stitches. 9 stitches. Whole time I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I don't know, man. Something fucking feels wrong about what just happened to me. I'm pissed, And it was my left hand, which is my dominant hand, and I was designing children's clothes at the time. I needed my left fucking hand. So as I'm feeling this way, we go to Target one day to pick up some clothes, and I said, I'll be right back, and I go into the knife section. When I went into the knife section, I noticed that all of the knives were in plastic boxes that had flip tops. That there was a plastic around it. You open up the plastic, and then you pull the tab.
And dude, not to mention they have like the little things on the side of the knives.
All the knives had the flip top, right? Another thing they all were doing was they were all facing down.
Right.
So here's the top. Obviously, here's the top. They were all facing down, and they all had paper sleeves on them.
Yeah, or rubber. I've seen rubber on them, too.
I guess the good ones. But these ones all had paper sleeves on them. So I saw that, and I went, the package that I had none of that. There was nothing. It was in a hard-to-open plastic thing, facing up, not caring a fuck about the person who opens this shit. So I'm sitting there, and I remember I was telling my wife at the time, I think I got a case. And she's like, you're crazy. You cut your own finger. And I'm like, yeah, but like, I cut my finger because of their packaging.
Right.
And she's like, you're nuts. I said, you know what? It doesn't hurt to go call a lawyer. So I called my lawyer, and I said, listen, dude, I could be bugging, but I think I have a case. I said, I bought these knives. This is how they were shaped. I cut the top, opened it, one popped out, cut my shit. He said, dude, I'm so glad you called me. I just finished settling a case like this.
Really?
Right? So I said, all right, then let's do it. It doesn't cost me nothing. We move forward with the lawsuit. And I'm the type of dude, I'll settle quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll settle quick. Just cover my stitches, cover my, my pain and suffering and the days I have to be off work. Cover the shit that it cost me.
Right.
And I'll be fine with it, right? So he hits me up like after maybe 2 or 3 months. It wasn't even a year. This didn't even take a year to go through. And he says, would you be down to go to arbitration? I'm like, what's arbitration? He goes, arbitration is there's a minimum amount that you'll get paid, but if you win, they give you a maximum that you can get, which means that even if the judge wants to give you more, he can't. He can only give you this much. I said, all right, well, what are we talking about? He said, $5,000 is the lowest, which means that even if the judge says I have no case, I'll still get the $5,000.
Right.
And $30,000 was the top. I said, fuck it, let's go to arbitration.
Yeah, why not?
I'm walking in the door, I made $5,000.
Yeah.
On a finger that everybody else said was my fault, right?
Yep.
So now I'm sitting there, and his lawyer's coming at me, and I'm just answering the lawyer's questions, and the lawyer's trying to catch me. What were you doing when you opened up the package? I said, I was cutting the top of it. Were you talking to anybody? So my wife was there. I was having a conversation with her. Would you say that talking to your wife made you not realize what you were doing? I said, no, I'm very capable of chewing gum and walking at the same time. I said, I wasn't looking at her. I was looking at what I was doing while I was talking. I've been doing that all my life, right? Then this motherfucker said, but do you think that if you wasn't distracted, you might not have cut your finger? And I said, no, this is what I think. I think if those knives would have been facing down, I wouldn't have cut my finger. I think if those knives would have had a sheet over it, some sort of cardboard over it, I wouldn't have cut my finger. I think if those knives would have been put in any other kind of packaging, I wouldn't have cut my finger. That's what I think. I think that if they would have did one of any three of those things, that every other knife set I've seen does all three of them. All you guys had to do was one. If you would have did any one of those, I wouldn't have cut my finger. The judge said to me afterwards, I would have gave you more. He said, I am so upset that I can only give you $30,000. He said, between them and that lawyer, he said, I could have made a couple $100,000. He wanted to hit them.
Yeah.
He said, I wanted to hit them so bad.
Yeah.
Fucking dummy. Sitting there with his fucking baggy pants. Get the fuck out of here. And like I said, man, it's funny because somebody said Columbo or Cell said Columbo. That's my attitude. If you're my lawyer and you walk in looking all shabby and fucking shitty, you better be Better Call Saul. You better be Saul good.
Yeah.
You better be good. That better all be a thing of, you know what I'm saying? That I do this just to throw people off. That dude did that and he sucked. He couldn't even handle me, and I got a GED. He couldn't even handle a dude with a GED. I felt bad that was the company's fucking lawyer.
Right.
Insane. Self-promotion says the system is rigged. Yes, it is, man. I might hire you. Listen, it sounds like I'm good, but the problem is I don't know the law. I only know common sense.
Right.
And common sense will only get you so far in the law, which is why I'm watching First 48. I'm watching all my shit, son, so I know the lingo, so I know how they do shit, because I already know how it is, man. You know, and speaking of First 48, motherfuckers, look, all you motherfuckers out there doing crime, if you're going to watch anything, watch that. 90% of the time, they have nothing on the motherfucker, and they're like, we need him to confess. And then they go in there and start crying and confess. Then you get them dudes who they'll have 5 people, point them out, say, that's him. But other than that, they have no evidence, and that dude just stay tough, like, nah, man. Right? And they're like, dude, we got 5 people. And he's like, nah, I wasn't there. And then they go, okay. And then they arrest them, right? They go, come on, we're taking you in. They arrest him. And then the thing says he was let go and the thing is still open. Because nothing you say can help you in the court of law. And everything you say can and will be used against you. So shut the fuck up. That's the one thing I learned watching that show. Shut the fuck up. And for all my white ladies out there killing their husbands, because I also watch Forensic Files, right?
A lot of that.
Stop going for the money. Act like you don't even know that he had insurance. How hard is it to go, what, he had insurance? How hard is it to do that? No, these bitches go and get the insurance before they finish planning for the funeral. And then show up with their new boyfriend. I think you should have left them at home. Maybe you might have got away with it. Fucking dummy. You went through all that trouble to find a fish that not only tasted good but has poison to kill your husband, and you fucked it all up because you were so greedy you couldn't wait like a year to ask for the money. No, you had to ask for it right away.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Saul says you're very cool under pressure, and the system is rigged. Is beyond rigged and self-promotion.
Yeah, dude, the system is all about power, man. That's all it is, man. I am Saul. Your lawyer tell you which laws he broke? He said to me not to give the dude another dime, and he said if you don't get what he told me to get, he said then walk out and give me a call, in which case then I'll take over and we'll start talking about
trial or whatever.
Yeah, whatever we got to do. He said, but you should be able to, and he knows the judge. He told me, I know the judge you're going to go talk to, and he said, and this judge doesn't play that bullshit. He said he's going to be hammering your landlord. He's going to hammer
dude, he should.
landlord.
He should. He really should.
So,
you know,
because to me, it's a simple case of, is it a deadbeat tenant or a deadbeat landlord?
Right.
That's what it comes down to. You know, so we'll figure out what it is. This motherfucker want me to pay his lawyer fees too. $900 for his lawyer fees. Fuck you. I don't even got fees for my lawyer. I spoke to my lawyer 4 times. He didn't charge me shit.
You should, if you represent yourself, you should charge him for lawyer fees for the time that you spend researching.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I'm trying to. And I said, should I try to get back my
security?
My security? He goes, I'm gonna keep it real. Might be hard to get it, but put it on the table. Ask for more. This way, when it comes to coming to the middle, you can say, listen.
Great advice.
Yeah,
Great
because
advice.
listen, when it comes to security, anyway, just so people know how I feel about when like you got to get your security. The minute I give it to them, I feel like it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gone money. I'm not sitting there banking that I'm going to live the next year
Right.
and move and get my security back. I only got my security back once. Once I got my security back, and they made me fight them for it. And I think they kept like an extra $100, and I just said, look, keep the fuck. They didn't want me to move. So he was using the security to try to keep me there.
Yeah, that's not
And I'm
cool.
like, dude, you can't do that.
Yeah, it's extortion.
Oh, man. And I just, the thing is, like I said, that goes to show you how much of a man of peace I am. Themore says, The Adventures of G is like a suspense thriller. Yeah, like a real corny suspense thriller.
Yeah, but it's a dark comedy. is what-
It's just stupid, man. It's like, I deal with shit. What could I tell you? I deal with shit. But in all this shit, guess what, man? We are opening up at Claridge, man. We're going to start doing shows at Claridge, AC Jokes. Go to acjokes.com, man. And check us out over at Claridge, man. I'm excited about that. Just a bunch of good shit going on, man.
I like Claridge, man. Good room. Good place.
Never been there.
It's
I
nice.
mean, as far as the room, I haven't been there. I got to go check it out.
Yeah, it's nice.
But as far as the rooms there, I like the rooms there. I've stayed
The
there.
hotel rooms? Yeah, it's a
I've
nice
stayed there.
hotel.
It's a cool little hotel.
It's not as good as a Traymore, but, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I guess. Traveling Runner says the common sense law firm of Gary, and G.
That's great, dude. That's fucking great.
Yeah, man. Cell says, love you, brothers. I'll see you this week. I thought you were out here already, man. How come I'm not seeing you tomorrow, dog? Oh, maybe that's what you meant.
This week.
That's still this week. Yeah, man. All right, man. Themo says, can't wait till the next heckler story. Hope he brings it. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I just hate the whole Zoom thing. I think I'm much more impressionable in person.
You are. It's harder to say no in person, too.
And it's also like, in other words, when I'm in a courtroom, I kind of understand more like I'm not home. I'm in a courtroom. Present yourself in a certain way in the courtroom.
Right.
I can do that at my table for about 5 minutes until somebody, whether it's the plaintiff or it's the judge, the minute they say some stupid shit, I find it very hard to contain myself in my house.
Should we
This is my fucking house. Like that day when you were there, when he said, if you don't calm down, we'll hold you in contempt. And I said, what are you going to do, send me to my fucking room? I'm in my house. Motherfucker want to charge me court costs. I said, for what? I'm in my living room. What court? What court are we talking about? I'm in my living. You should be paying me.
Well, and I can guarantee you that since COVID, court costs have probably gone up and their expenses have gone down. It's another racket that the government's doing. They have these corporate Zoom accounts, but they're still charging you like they have to keep the lights on at the courthouse. They don't. It's such a scam, dog.
Gotta keep the
Like,
lights
dude, people
on at
don't
the
even-
courthouse.
people-
You know, see how many windows they got? The place ain't open at night. Open your shades. You'll have fucking light. Go fuck yourselves. Michelle says, I wish I was there during your Zoom court. If it was me, I'd film it. I can't film it.
Yeah, they said you can't, right?
Yeah, it's not like people listening to my shit, but I guarantee you if it ever blows up, they'll go back fucking 5 years ago and find that footage that I put up from the court and be like, oh, this was illegal. You know. Now, I let Brian call me up and go on speakerphone and be quiet.
It's awesome, dude. I want to do it this time too. It's Monday, right? Or is it the
27th.
27th?
Yeah, 27th. I think is that this week?
It's this. It's Wednesday, I think. Yeah, 25th is Monday.
All right. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Same, dude. Looking forward to the episode we do after. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
And the comedy set. That's after.
I'm wondering if it would be considered filming if I had just had my computer right here and we do a podcast and just, I just be like, hold on a second, and I just handle the cord at the same time. Nobody's looking at it. Is that the same as filming?
Can I read the paperwork that they gave you about filming or not filming it or anything like that?
Sure you can. It's not secret.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a paperwork they sent to everybody. I don't think they sent it specifically just for me.
Huh. Yeah, I would like to read it.
You know, I don't think I got that Trump status where they're like, we don't want you talking about this case.
They would get you in trouble for giving me the paperwork, the classified documents.
Nah, I don't think so, man. It says it says no recording of any kind. But technically, am I recording if it's just getting picked up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's 100%. Yeah.
I'm not gonna fuck with it though. But you know, listen, I'll try to give you my the truest account as it is remembered in my head. And anyone who knows me knows that when it comes to stuff like this, the account that I give is usually,
Dude, it's like over 90%.
it's
It's over
almost,
90.
almost spot on, and it stays consistent.
That's where I would disagree.
It doesn't stay consistent.
No, it stays consistent in the tone of the story, but the story gets funnier.
Oh.
The story gets funnier as it goes on. It gets funnier.
Well, because then at some point I probably start exaggerating things. Or
Well,
something.
that's what I mean. But that's after.
But you're talking about when I turn it into a bit.
Correct.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
correct.
about when I'm just telling the story.
No, you're over 90% accuracy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I tell the story about me and my son and the wiggly dick in fucking in.
That was
Dunkin'
funny the first
Donuts.
time you told it. You didn't have to work that into a bit. It was one already.
I couldn't work it into a bit. It's
It is a bit.
impossible.
It is a bit.
Traveling Runner says my boy got caught tomorrow facing 131 charges. It's not looking good. Are you in Queens? Traveling Runner, are you in Queens?
I think you guys are friends. You're not friends. You have to be
Because
friends.
that sounds like our boy that Lou was telling us about yesterday, who this is his first time ever getting locked up.
Oh, the ghosts.
Yeah, the ghost guns. Is that the ghost guns charge? We don't have to bring up names, but is that the ghost gun charge with the 3D printers? I don't know, man, because that sounded like the same thing we were talking about yesterday, which would be fucking insane that so many people are commenting shit that was going through our heads yesterday, man. Yeah, it is. There you go. I know. That's my dog, too, son.
Yeah.
Fucking ghost guns and ghost guns, man. Fucking crazy. You remember my story with the ghost guns? I had that kid that had a ghost gun wearing my clothes that I created. He was a 16-year-old hitman.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
And he was on Gangland.
Wearing like Nicaragua or something like that, right?
It was yeah, I think it was Nicaragua, one of those places.
It's one of those Oriental countries.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Central American.
yeah, it was one of those places. I think it was Nicaragua though. But yeah, he got the gun went to New York. It flew around New York, killed a bunch of people, then went back to whatever Nicaragua or whatever. But the kid that it got into his hands, I designed the clothes he was wearing, which I was like, that's so cool. And then he went off and killed somebody. Supposedly, if you believe in, reality TV. The Traveling Runner said, I went to see him on Saturday. How's he doing, man? That shit is crazy. He got set up. I agree. And it's crazy because he's facing all that time, and it's a fucking first offense, man. Never got in trouble before. Looking at
Yeah, but I mean, dude,
131.
it's dog. When I was watching, fuck was it? It was that American
I'm
Conspiracy.
pretty sure it's in the paper. It made the paper.
Yeah, I looked it up, but I don't want to pull it up just because
Yeah.
there's names and stuff in it. But
I mean, it's in the paper, so it's not like I'm ratting anything. It's in the fucking paper.
what was I saying? The American the Octopus Murders documentary, right? They had this one guy who was a CIA asset, and to pin him down, right, to arrest him and to silence him, they charged him with manufacturing of meth, right? And how he got caught wasn't by local PD, but it was the DEA who busted him.
Yeah.
So the DEA, government agency, came after this dude, and it was all just, I mean, they're fake charges, fake evidence, fake everything. I mean, it was just the government pinned this shit on him, and they can do that, dog, and it's very scary. That's the part
time.
that scares me, dog. The part that scares me is me minding my own business, filming some videos, and dude, the next thing you know, be like, hey, what's up
Every
with this house you
time.
have in West Virginia that's under your name that I've never known about that's manufacturing meth?
Every time someone says to me, if they can't do that, I just, like when we were talking to Mark yesterday, and Mark, when we were coming up with scenarios where like some
So
shit could
fun to
fuck
see
up.
him, dude. I
And-
love Mark.
And he made,
Shout out to Ciro.
And he made good points. Like if they turn off all the shit, then most of our money is gone anyway because all our money is digital.
Right.
But like there were a couple times when he said they can't do that. And when people say they can't do that, I sit there and go, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and they will have people backing them to do that no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that anything like when I learned to never say that again when they told me they was going to lock down everybody and that they were going to shut down all the jobs? I said, they can't do that. What are they, fucking crazy? That's not going to happen. And then it happened, and I
For
said,
a year.
And then I said, oh, wait a minute. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's why after that, nothing surprised me.
Mm-hmm. And make you happy that they're doing it for you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
government.
you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah. Dude, you know what? The last 4 years, for me, personally, haven't been great. All because of COVID. I've had to move across the country to get work, bro. Like I was doing work with you guys.
Yep.
During that time. I had a contract with AC Jokes. It was going well. We were producing shit. And then they shut the casinos down.
Dude, they took a year of my career away at 50 years old. I turned 50 that year. And I didn't get to hit the stage for, I think, 6 months. It took 6 months of what would have been very important time, considering the last show I did before they locked everything down, I did an hour and 15 and crushed.
Killed.
I was like, yo,
Annihilated.
this summer's gonna be banging. That's all I kept thinking. Like, we gonna cake this summer. Everything was popping. We had like 3 rooms.
I know, dude. The economy was jumping at that point, dude.
We had like 3 rooms.
Yeah.
We were
My
opening
rent,
up a
rent was
fourth.
nothing. Rent was nothing, dude. I was paying $1,400 for a 2-bedroom down the shore in a
Dude.
nice neighborhood.
Dude. And then they went and just shut everything down.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, they can do whatever they want to do. And what would have stopped them if they pulled up like up this block in a truck, a bunch of trucks pull up on this block right now while everyone's locked down, and they start going into house to house to house to house
To make
But-
sure you were in there?
to just take who they want to take because you
Right.
liked a bunch of shit that you shouldn't have
Right.
liked, or you put something on Instagram that shouldn't have been put, and they start just taking people out of the house and putting them into this
Oh, no,
truck.
Gary. That can't happen
Do
in
you
America.
think-
That
do
can't
you
happen in
think-
America.
do
We're
you
a free
think
country.
The people on this side are going to see that and gather together and fight against them, or do you think they're all going to kind of cower?
No, you're an
and wait-
anti-vaxxer. You're an
wait
you're
for
an
them-
anti-vaxxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who you know, the people who are with that shit, you're no better than all the other Germans in 1938.
Let's go to some comments, man. The Traveling Runner says, not good. He needs a Second Amendment lawyer. Oh, fuck, man. Traveling said he went to his first court date and his public pretender was on her honeymoon. Yeah, you can't go public with 131 counts. You already lost. You know what I'm saying? I spent 6 hours on Rikers for a 40-minute visit. Oof. Yo, dude, more power to you, dog. That's love right there. More power to you, dude. No fear, fellas. Love living life. Oh, no doubt, dog. No doubt. You know? And it's not even about, I wouldn't say I'm fearless. I would say that despite the fact that I have fear, I'm still going to do whatever the fuck I feel is morally correct in
Yep.
my heart.
Yep, I'm right there with you, dude.
You know?
I'm right
And
there
that's
with
what
you.
makes people warriors. Being a warrior ain't the absence of fear. It's doing what you got to do despite the fear that you have. And that's how I roll, man. And I choose to enjoy life. Because guess what, people? It's a fucking choice. It's a choice. I got so much shit right now that I would have every excuse in the world to be angry and bitter and down and depressed and be like, oh, fuck my life. I'm going to kill myself. And people would be like, oh, well, Gary, come on, man. It's going to get better. Don't worry. You're going to get a new place. No, fuck. What the fuck is all that going to do for me? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are they going to do? When it comes to collecting bills and owing money, are you coming to fuck me up? No, that's your first mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't give a fuck. Okay? Well, we'll fuck up your credit. Go ahead. I'll drive down the block and every store says bad credit, no credit, fucked up credit. What are you going to do to me? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Go fuck yourself. Make people, what are you going to do? Make people think I'm crazy? If they don't know that already, who the hell cares? Traveling Runner says no lawyers want to touch the case. They asking for like $90K. Yeah, that's about right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the only thing that's going to win that case for him is money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want. Money.
I wonder what the setup is like. Like what?
You know, that's why they go, oh, white people get over. No, rich white people get over. Why? Because they have money.
Right.
OJ got over because he had money. You know what I'm saying? And even the motherfuckers that some motherfuckers don't get over. Like, you take someone like R. Kelly. R. Kelly originally got over. He just kept going and going and going and going.
Mm-hmm.
But originally he had enough money to get over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Timor says, warming the hearts with laughter. Keep spreading those great vibes. Beautiful thing. Timor, thank you. And I thank everybody out there for encouraging us against all the bullshit, who just have a good time fucking listening to us. Because let me tell you something. That's why we do it. So we can fucking hang out for a little while, shoot the shit, have some conversation. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it don't.
I think it always makes sense. It just might not be
intelligent,
purposeful, meaningful. Timor says 10K a year. What, for every charge? 10K for every year in prison you're gonna do?
Yeah, that probably is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think 131 ghost guns is a lot more than fucking 9 years, though. You know, it's gotta be.
Well, no, 131 charges.
Yeah.
You know, and the charges. You know, when it comes to charges, you know, in the beginning litigations, if he had a good lawyer, a lot of those charges would get, you know, they would let the lesser charges go right off the bat and start to, you know, haggle on the bigger charges. You know, and he might be in a position where, like, you know, where it's not a matter of whether or not he's going to do time, but a better lawyer will get you less time.
Yeah, less time. Yeah, better deal.
You know,
better deal.
Because when you have a public defender and shit, it's like that joke that Zach says. Zach
Pickett?
Zach Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
He had a joke where he goes, you know, it's not even a joke. He says, I was studying to become a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you know, and he goes, could you imagine me? Could you imagine me being your lawyer? I walk in all late, my hair's disheveled. I sit down with a cup of coffee and I go, so I think we should take this. I think we should take the settlement.
Every time.
Doesn't even like open the books. I just go, I think we should take this. Have they all? You know, fucking insane, man. 131 charges. That's what I said. So if he was to get, most of those ghosts don't even work. Yeah. So if it don't work, what are they hitting with? Attempt. I guess that's an attempt.
I guess, dude.
Some sort of attempt charge. Yeah, like a good lawyer, if you got the money, if you got $1 million to throw into this thing, you'll probably do no time. If you got $500,000, you'll probably do a lot of community service and fines. Anything less is going to be a thing of how much time you're going to get. You know,
Yep.
You're going to get time, but how much? It's like I say, you know, even like when it comes to things like murder, you know, if you watch the first 48, they'll have you thinking that if you can make it to 49 hours, you can get away with it.
Yeah,
you're good. But if you watch the long ball game, which is forensic files, that's the long game, then you know you're eventually going to get caught. The question is how long and how smart are you to get, and how many years can you get away with it?
Right.
You know, the programs prove that you could probably go a good 10, 15 if you do it right. And if you're really good, you could probably make it 20 years. So I'm looking at it at 53 years old. Everyone's safe. Once I hit 60 and I figure out how to get away with it for 10 years.
I don't like the way you're looking at me right now, dog.
I would just be
I don't
careful.
like that look in your eye.
I would just be careful.
Yeah. Ow, what was that? Ow.
I'm just saying, I don't think you really
You just
want to
got
fuck
stabbed.
with the 60, 61, 62-year-old Gary. Because at that point, like I said, you know, your average court, you know, if you could at least afford bail, you're still out for at least another year or two. Just going
while
through the
you're waiting
trial,
trial,
while you're
yeah.
waiting trial and going through trial and having all these motions. And if you have a good lawyer, he just keeps postponing it. So listen, man, you know, if I can make it 10 years, that means when I get caught, I'm 70. Yeah, all right, good. I was getting tired of paying rent anyway and all these fucking bills that I owe. Bring me in. Nobody's going to try to rape the 70-year-old, wrinkled, bald, cranky, funny Gary. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm in there on a murder charge, because murder charges right out the bat, you get a little bit of respect once you walk in, once everyone finds out.
Right.
You know? And then you sit there and you go, listen, man, don't fuck with me. I'm locked up right now. And I have no problem staying here for the rest of my life because I probably only got like another year or two of life.
And that's when you live to be 110.
Yeah, but no one still fuck with you because every day you don't know. You have no faith in tomorrow at that time.
Yeah.
And there is no greater freedom than realizing that tomorrow might not come. You know? What do we got here? King Handle says, I do my dirt all by my lonely. That was a good read on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do my dirt all by my lonely. Traveling runner, gotta run, my guys. To the next episode. The traveling runner gotta run, baby. Run.
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 Run, Forrest, run.
Run, Forrest, run. Thanks for always showing up, traveling runner. It's not the same when you're not here. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out, man. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, man, all that shit is like, you're not going to get away with this. How long can you get away with it? You know, and as you get older, then you think about if you can get away with it for like, you know, like once you're 65, you only got to get away with it for 5 years before you really don't care.
Yeah, but you're not as sharp at 65, so you're going to make mistakes, you would think, right? Yeah.
You're going to make more mistakes when you care. See, at 20, you murder someone, now your mind is going through shit because you care. You want to get away with it. So now you're trying real quick to remember everything. And because all these things to remember are flooding your head and you're moving fast because you're young and you want to get the fuck out of there. When you're older, you take it a little slow. 65, I murder you. I look at the body a little bit, check the scene, you know. Maybe,
take a couple selfies.
You know, make a coffee and shit. Because at that point, I'll have gloves on. I've watched enough episodes to know I'll be walking around with gloves. I'll make coffee, you know what I'm saying?
You need a disposable cup, though, because you don't want to use a cup that's in there.
I take a cup and bring it with me. Or wash it.
You know,
Throw it in the dishwasher before you leave. You know, like you get to think a little slower and more like, you know, listen, all right, I murdered you, you know, all right.
Yeah.
Even if they catch me today, I'm 65. All right, let me see if I can make it to 70 out of this. King Handle says, don't forget about compassionate release. Yeah, man. If I'm I'm an old guy. I don't know. I'm old.
I didn't mean to steal those
I
books.
didn't mean to murder that person. I'm old. Stabbed him 100 times. I lost count. Traveling Runner says, come on, people, smash that effing like button. Stop running. Traveling Runner, we thought you left, man. Did you forget your keys?
Yeah.
My brother.
I don't know what I was going to say. Lost it.
I don't know what you're going to say either. But I guarantee you I don't care.
Thanks. Thanks, Gary.
You know, what's the next holiday coming up?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Well, Cinco de Mayo.
Memorial Day, which means what? Memory? To remember?
Yeah, remember. So Memorial Day is the holiday to remember all of the people who died.
All the people who died.
In war.
In war.
That our government started to oppress people throughout the world.
Okay. So if you're looking for a good way to celebrate your Memorial Day this year, go to XXXplayground.com, okay? And get yourself the best adult tool communication game ever created, all right? It'll give you a whole different thing to remember on Memorial Day. You know, you'll remember the first time you ever rolled those dice and got fist deep in someone you loved, all right? Maybe you were there with 8 players. Maybe they were all vets.
That could be fun with vets, especially the ones that are like missing limbs and stuff like that.
Nah, I would rather play with the ones who have real hardcore PTSD. Like anything sets them off. The sound of the dice hitting the table hits too hard. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and they're all made out of really high quality
and they're like,
metal,
Charlie! Charlie! You know? You start to go fist deep and they remember all those years in prison, the prison camps. It's horrible, dude. I'm horrible. Easter is in March.
Oh, March 31st. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not going to say to buy that for Easter. I'm not a blasphemous.
Buy it for Good Friday.
And see how good your Friday will be. King Handle says, Brian, you didn't start.
The U.S.
didn't start World War II, but we damn sure helped finish it.
That's incorrect because it actually
the Russians, right?
No. It
The
funded
Russians.
Germany, dog. The U.S.
Oh, we funded both sides.
No. Germany lost World War One, right?
Yeah.
And had to pay this huge bill back, billions of dollars that
Yeah,
they didn't
were
have.
broke.
Crushed the economy, right? So while they're going through a depression that was bigger than our Great Depression, they somehow had the money to build railroads, to build cars, to build highways.
That was Colgate helping to build those railroads.
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller
yeah,
and Colgate.
J.P. Morgan. Yeah, and Ford, right? So it was the American industrialists were
And
propping.
Colgate. Believe me when I tell you that. Colgate,
Yeah,
the fucking toothpaste people, son. They helped to build the Oswich shit or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that fucking rail line, but believe me when I say it. There's certain things I know.
All right, and since we're on the topic, let's go through the list of companies that are
Self-promotion forgot his keys too, man. You just can't leave, can yourself? It's like you want to tear yourself away. It's like when you try to get up during Law and Order and you hear doo-doom. You know, you start to walk away, you hear doo-doom, and you come back. It's the same thing for us too, actually, if you think about it. Because every time we try to end the show, our endings are usually about 10 minutes long.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I have a good way to close the show, right? And if anybody thinks that anything we've ever said that is anti-Semitic, right, I want to do something that is very pro-Semitic.
I guarantee you, there are people who think everything we say is absolutely anti-Semitic.
This is not, though. What I want to do is read the list of companies that are still in operation that directly helped Nazi Germany.
If I had $1 for every war crime that's been committed since World War II that can be proven, like Obama's a war criminal. He did double tap strikes, which is against the Geneva Convention, which makes him a war criminal. Elder Bush, war criminal. Okay? All those people you're about to name, those companies, they supported another country that we were at war with. War criminals.
Well,
those are all, they should all be fucking, it's treason.
Well,
that's what it is, treason. All those companies.
Well, it's not
treason.
It's not treason because they're German companies that are still in existence.
I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about Ford. I'm talking about U.S. Steel.
J.P. Morgan.
I'm talking about Beer and J.P. Morgan.
Yeah, here we go.
And Johnson & Johnson. I'm talking about those motherfuckers. That's all fucking treason. They helped to support. They said that if Ford just didn't sell the ball bearings that they put in their fucking tanks that ran over our soldiers, if they just didn't sell them the ball bearings, their tanks would not have run.
Right.
War over. Boom. Okay? And anybody who thinks that what I said is stupid, go check out Everything is a Fucking Racket. From JFK to
9/11.
To 9/11,
Everything's a rich man's trick.
It's a rich man's trick. Mm-hmm. Check that shit out because that's where I got it from. Okay? Yep. If you want to know the links and shit. That's where I got it from. I get excited for no reason. It's passion. See what I'm saying? Puerto Ricans, we're very passionate people.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. So we have BAE, we have Adler, we have AEG Alliance, and if you don't know what that is, that's an insurance company that you're probably using right now. Or if you go to purchase something online and you want to do a payment, like a payment plan for like $100 or something like that, you can get insurance through Alliance. And that's actually, they do all the travel insurance now. That's what they do. When you go to book a flight and you want to book the insurance, you book it through Alliance.
Then what is the insurance in case you get like
fraud? No, it's in case the train you get on goes to a concentration camp and not your destination.
Yeah, I guess you should be insured for that.
You should. Yeah, you should. And then we have the AP, the Associated Press people. The Associated Press. These are the...
But on the corner it says what they did. Provided insurance for facilities and workers at concentration camps. Okay, boom, right there. AP.
Dog, hold on. They provided insurance for the workers at concentration camps. What workers were they insuring?
The Nazis.
Yes, dude. We got to be clear about that.
Well, Nazis need insurance too. Not for nothing. It wasn't necessarily that was, it's not something that you think is going to be around forever. Of course, they did think it was going to be around forever. Some of them probably thought we don't need insurance. The Nazi party will never die. And they were like, we don't need insurance. And then, the ones who kept it were like, told you should have had some of that insurance, dog.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of
told you all good things come to an end.
Dude, tons of times that me and you look up stuff and we fact check it. And then there's that fact checking website that we see. That is the AP, the Associated Press, which owns the USA Today. That's the AP. So the same people who buy Wikipedia are saying censorship and cooperation with Nazi Germany are the same people who are fact checking
Our
stuff.
stuff.
No, not our. I mean, not our stuff, but it's stuff that
we're
we
not
go
big
against.
enough to get by the AP. You know, they don't even know us yet, son. Wait till they get a load of me.
I know. Audi, for all of you out there driving an Audi, you love your Audi A8, your Audi A4. You are a Nazi.
Hold on a second. Let's see what they did. It tells you exactly what they did. The company employed forced labor at what?
A large scale.
Forced labor at a large scale during World War II. Among others, it exploited slave labor at
Leitmertz
concentration camp, according to a 2014 report commissioned by the company. Auto union bore moral responsibility for the 4,500 deaths that occurred at Leitmertz.
So they took moral responsibility, but no financial responsibility at all.
But doesn't that car ride smooth? You barely feel the bumps on the road. It looks sleek, man. The new models are sleek like a motherfucker, yo. So I can understand, I'm not telling you to get rid of your Nazi mobile. I'm just saying.
Nazi sleds. That's what my boy calls them. My Jewish boy, he calls them Nazi sleds.
Nazi sleds?
Yeah, BMWs. They call them Nazi sleds.
Oh, well, we were talking about Audis.
Yeah, well, dude, we're just in the A's. We're not even down into the B's
Oh,
yet,
this
dude.
is in alphabetical order?
Yeah, dude, this is a huge list.
Hold
And
on,
a lot of these companies are still in operation.
Let's see real quick, man. What do we got there? BASF.
BASF, that's a chemical company, right? They made Zyklon B, which that was the gas that they gas people with. But I've used BASF products on the golf course. They make fungicides, they make insecticides.
So they're still killing. They just kill insects and shit now.
And fungus.
And fungus. All right. Well, it's nice to know they kind of stayed consistent. Mm-hmm. All right.
And then here you go. We have Bayer and
Bayer
BMW.
aspirin. What did they do? They forced labor and medical experimentation in concentration camps, production of the chemical and the pharmaceutical supplies of Nazi Germany. How nice of you, Bear.
They manufactured Pervitin, which was the drug that all the Nazis were all spit up on. It was old days Adderall, so it was a lot more methy than it is today.
It was a lot more methy?
Yeah, way more methy, dude. All of them were pumping speed. The Americans too. Everyone, they were always taking speed pills.
I'd be on so many drugs if I was out there. Every time I survived something, I'm gonna party like this, like it's 1999.
They were doing it for battle. Like they would give it to fighter pilots. They give them.
I mean, then they did that with LSD too. They wanted to make dudes who would just go out there and.
No, they didn't. They may have, but I don't think they ever dosed. I mean, dude, LSD isn't something that you'd want to be on in a battle.
But they didn't know that till they put people on it, and then instead of shooting, they all started chasing their faces across the fucking. Everybody was like, "My face is running away." And they were like, "This ain't gonna work. Let's try something else." Yeah. Crack. All right, go back. Let's see where we're at, man. Oh, BMW, forced labor from concentration camps. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. One thing that proves is when you force them to make the car, they make that car pretty good. That's all I got to say about that. Chanel. Who doesn't like that beautiful Chanel bag? During World War II, Chanel lived in the Ritz Hotel in Paris in occupied France, where she entered into a romantic relationship with a high-ranking German intelligence officer.
Oh.
Subsequently, Chanel herself became an intelligence operative for the Nazis.
Wow. Coco Chanel.
Just make sure that the bag matches your shoes, ladies. All right? Just make sure the bag. And then who do we got here? Chase.
JP Morgan Chase.
Chase. Well, what could Chase have possibly done wrong? They assisted in the sale of Nazi war bonds. Woo. To German Americans after initial conflicts.
No, that's something else. Yeah.
This is Zeiss.
Carl Zeiss.
Oh, so Chase didn't do that much.
No. That's all they're saying that Chase did, dude.
Chase didn't do that much, man.
Chase did a lot, right? And the only reason that we got involved in World War I is because it looked like Germany was going to kick England's ass, and Chase funded England, 100%. There you go. Yeah, just keep texting.
No, it wasn't important, man. I do have a job that.
I'll read this one. Zeiss, Carl Zeiss.
But what is Zeiss?
Dude, makes the best lenses for cameras ever, dude. They're amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Dude, anything optical glass, like if it's lenses, if it's like the scope on your gun, if it's binoculars, you want Zeiss glass. They make the best glass of any kind. The optics are unbelievable. I love.
So you're a big, separating the art from the artist.
No, I'm gonna buy Japanese stuff now.
I try to separate the artist from the art, but it's hard, man. When more shit keeps coming out, It's just so hard. I hear this song, and like I said, I can't watch fucking Tom Hanks anymore.
Yeah.
He was my favorite fucking actor.
Yeah.
I loved his movies.
It's hard to now, dude, isn't it?
I don't watch them. Forrest Gump was one of my favorite fucking movies.
Yeah.
Now I can't fucking watch it. I'm not even gonna be able to look through lenses. Good. Let's see this great camera workers.
This is like a long one too.
They did a lot.
Yeah. So after initial conflicts with the Nazis, the company took part in the rearmament of the Wehrmacht in the 1930s and sponsored the so-called race research at the University of Jena, Optic Jena. During World War II, the Zeiss company employed thousands of forced laborers, for example, at the main site in Jena and various production sites and associated companies.
Well, listen, man, of course, that's how they became rich with all that forced labor. There's something to be said about forced labor. If you want to have low overhead, man, forcing the labor might be the way to go.
Will that get us buildings like the Traymore again? That's what I want to know. Because there was no forced labor when they built that hotel. And that's what they say.
Says the sound levels are too loud. Oh. Or maybe I'm just getting too passionate.
Too aggressive? No, I should have a yeah, we're yelling a little bit maybe. looks pretty good.
Sorry. Oh, please, man. Is that what it took for you to comment, man? We just had to blow your eardrums out? We miss you, man. Like to know you're here, man. Noise and you guys are quiet.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Listen, if you want to support the podcast,
send me gift cards to B&H Photo.
To B&H Photo or Zeist.
Yeah, this is, dude, it's just, the list of companies on here is just, it's
anything good? I want to find a good company. A company people care about. Nobody gives a fuck about
Ford.
Zeist. Oh, Ford. All right, cool. That's all right. Ford, what are they? German subsidiaries engaged in vehicle and war production use forced labor. Here it is again. Unclear whether parent company had any influence post-1939. The founder, Henry Ford, was a virulent anti-Semite. And knowing is half the battle. Yeah. And now you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any other. Oh, dude, General Motors. Every car company that you've ever driven.
Does it have Honda on there, man? I want to know.
Well, dude, Honda was Japanese, dude. They were definitely involved in some stuff, but they probably weren't really worried about that.
I drive a Honda.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it real. I don't care what I find out about them. I'm gonna be like, it's not the same people. Which I guess you could say about all those companies. It's not the same people anymore. Mm-hmm. But. Very interesting.
This is the company I talk about all the time.
Krupp?
Yeah,
Who
Krupp.
the hell's Krupp?
So
and what the fuck is up with that symbol?
Okay, so we can get into the symbol.
I can tell you the symbol is something right off the bat. I can tell you that right off the bat. Just by looking at it. I could tell you that symbol means something.
So Krupp, anytime you're in an elevator, look down, right? As soon as you step onto the elevator, there's always a piece of metal padding, right?
This elevator's Krupp. It has been fucking broken for 2 months. Krupp is crap.
Krupp is crap.
Yeah. That symbol is something because nobody's just gonna come up with those 3 circles. Let's just put there's not an O in the name.
Right.
And they got those 3 circles. I guarantee you that shit is some sort of symbol, man. It means something. It means that they like fucking bald eagles or something real crazy and shit.
Well, so what they did during the occupation was Zyklon B was produced by the company along with other ones. The family business known as Friedrich Krupp AG was the largest company in Europe at the beginning of the 20th century and was a premier weapons manufacturer for Germany in both world wars. During the time of the Third Reich, the Krupp company supported the Nazi regime and used slave labor, which was used by the Nazi Party to help carry out the Holocaust, with Krupp reaping the economic benefit. Krupp used almost 100,000 slave laborers housed in poor conditions and many worked to death. The company had a workshop near Auschwitz. Krupp used slave laborers.
Well, Krupp was German, right? It's a German company?
Yeah, it's a German company. Yeah, it's a German company.
And I don't mean to make light of it. I'm just saying it's the chances are German companies that were still
Yeah, but dog, all of these companies we've talked about are still in existence.
exactly.
Right?
Well, I mean, listen. All right. I mean, what are you gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater? You know, you keep the company and hopefully you try to get rid of the people that fucking ran it. I don't know. You know. Yeah, baby. Question everything, man. Shout out to JoJo, Mrs. JoJo. I don't want to blow her name up.
Yeah, but it's mostly dudes, car companies, oil companies, and it's banking.
I'm just saying,
firms.
if a company was working during World War II in Germany, chances are that company had ties with Nazis. They were being allowed to work.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure the Nazis didn't allow people to work that they didn't want to work.
No, of course not.
And I'm
no.
pretty sure in working, you know, I mean, they had a good sales pitch. Look, you won't pay nothing for the labor.
Yeah, but dude, it's just what's bonkers to me about it is a lot of these companies are like top 100 companies. You know, it's like Siemens, it's IBM, it's IG Farman, it's Bayer. These are like the 100. Yeah, but if the company was still allowed to exist, why is it the top 100? Like 50 out of the top 100 companies are German Nazi companies, dog. Like what?
And let's not forget about NASA.
Yeah, that's not on the list, but it is.
But
one.
I'm just saying, NASA was created with the people that we got during Operation Paperclip, and it was all Nazis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, what? I don't know. You know, would you think that those companies should have to pay some sort of reparations when it's obvious that they definitely had something to do with it, and there's still survivors?
You know, I
Right? There's still some survivors, right?
of the Holocaust, sure, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure. And then, you know, not to mention,
Shouldn't they at least get bear
but even
for the rest of their life? Shouldn't they get like an unlimited supply of bear? I mean, I'm pretty sure they
Aspirin?
could use
Yeah.
it. They're old now, so I'm pretty sure it would help with aches and pains.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shouldn't they get an Audi?
I
They
mean,
can't
would
walk.
you drive it though, dog?
They can't walk.
Would you drive that thing?
I mean, at that point, I would
Fuck
take.
no,
at
dude.
that
No, you
point,
would
I think
not,
I might.
dude.
I have to get around.
No.
I'm very forgiving.
Yes, but you're not doing that, dog.
Self-promotion says, "Where's my acres and a mile?" I think you mean mule. Could be a slip of the finger. You know. Where's my? Well, listen. I mean, did they promise that to everybody? 40 acres and a mule.
Who?
America. Is that one of the promises? 40 acres and a mule. Where did that come from? I want my 40 acres and a mule.
It was a promise to former slaves.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here, hold on. I'm gonna. Here it is. 40 acres and a mule was part of a special field order number 15 by William Tecumseh Sherman during the Civil War to allot land to some freed families in plots of no larger than 40 acres. Sherman later ordered the army to lend mules to this reform.
And did they do that?
Yeah, let me.
So some people really did get their 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah. So during and after the war, politicians and generals envisioned a variety of colonization plans, but this is interesting.
I love when he gets so excited, and it's usually not as interesting.
No.
as he thinks it is.
It is like Liberia, which is the only African nation that has an American flag in it, right? It's an independent black nation. Haiti was also considered a good place to colonize freed people from the U.S.
Haiti is the only country to ever have a slave rebellion and win, right?
Correct, and it's been chaos there since.
And it's been complete chaos since.
Complete and utter chaos. I mean, it's considered a puppet government of the U.S. I mean, every Caribbean country is dependent on the U.S. or China, you know, now.
So what do you do now that barbecue's in charge? And they're literally barbecuing people in the streets.
Just buy some ribs, get a couple steaks, and fucking, I don't know, a couple cases of Coke. Cane.
Did I just send you down a rabbit hole? Yes, brother, and that's why we love the comments. Because all
Could
you
be,
motherfuckers,
Wabbits, could be.
you send us down these rabbit holes. Rabbit holes are crazy, man. I remember when I first saw the top of it, it was like September 11th was an inside job, you know, Kennedy, and then like as you kept going further down it, then it was we don't exist as people, we're not even humans. with just a bunch of O's and ones and zeros. You know, it's a dangerous hole to step into. You know, but if you like the free fall, some people don't like free falls.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever like free fall at Great Adventures? You ever went on free fall?
No, I don't go to any. I don't go on any rides anymore, ever, except we'll go on the Cyclone one day together.
And that might be the very last day that Cyclone runs, man.
Well, as long as we get a hot dog beforehand, I'm good.
Even they're not what they used to be, man.
The Nathans. Yeah.
It's just a hot dog now. It used to be a really good, shitty hot dog. Now it's just a hot dog.
It's not even a shitty good hot dog. Yeah.
Just a hot dog, man.
Yeah, you know what upset me? I was up in the city the other day looking at apartments, and I went to get a soubrette from the street cart. It wasn't a fucking soubrette, dude.
No.
My dog. What are you fucking
It's
kidding
from
me?
the street cart.
Yeah, in the city.
It wasn't even like real meat, dude. It's a street car in the city. You know what that shit is?
Dude, but
Do you know
usually
what that is?
usually they'll have soubrettes.
Really?
They'll have. I can taste a soubrette. The garlic notes in a soubrette hot dog, I can taste. Makes your tummy tickle.
There was so much just now that I could have said about that, and I didn't. Well, I guess the first thing would be, ha! Gay! Roche Cell says, my wife says the same thing about the hot dog. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean all hot dogs are gross.
No. They got some all beef ones.
Hebrew National. I like Hebrew National. It's a good dog.
Those Hebrews, man, they make a good fucking national fucking hot dog. Was that anti-Semitism that I like the fucking Hebrew hot dogs? I am probably a little anti, because what I'll do is I'll take a Hebrew National and I'll put cheese on it.
German cheese. Like a German beer cheese. on a Dutch potato bun.
On a Dutch potato, yeah, and I do it just to have unity. Have all those flavors popping off for control in my mouth.
Oh, dude.
Gay!
How, dude?
Why don't we have any lights on? This is pretty crazy, this whole thing. I'm realizing we're sitting here in like the dark.
Yeah, but the footage kind of looks nice, right?
No, it has nice little. I don't look as pale as I normally look. Normally I look a little more pale. Oh well, man.
Well, the answer to did they ever get 40 Acres and a Mule is no. They didn't get shit.
They didn't get it.
No, they didn't get shit.
They didn't get it.
No.
Not even a couple. Not even the first people online.
They didn't even put a line. There was no line to stand in.
They did them like San Francisco. Right? San Francisco was supposed to give reparations, and then they turned around and said, yeah, about that. And that's the thing. Like, didn't that happen with Biden, too? Didn't he say he was going to give you guys all the money back?
Bro,
and then he said, nah.
The biggest scam was the student loan thing, bro.
Did he do it? Did he?
No, dude. He has no authority to do it,
did
bro. That has
anybody,
to be an act of Congress.
Did
an
anybody?
Act of Congress.
Does that matter anymore?
It does, dude, because it doesn't in the sense that is what emergency authorizations are for, right? The emergency authorization is just what we were saying before. You say they
I'm not even going to read that comment. I'm not going to read that comment.
No.
Let's just say he said somebody that would give something to somebody and then later turn around and ask for it back. You mean like I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. You thought it.
That's funny. You know, that's funny how that was even just still like that was like a term that was used with no problem.
Yeah, dude.
No problem. You know.
What term do you want to bring back? Which one do you think we can't say that we need to have again?
Goat fucker.
Yeah, dude, I'm in for that.
I already bought it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Then I'll put some chili on that fucking. I'll put some chili on that cheese, fucking hot dog. That kosher hot dog. Just throw some cheese on top of that shit with some chili. You know, slice of bacon, wrap it in some bacon. That shit's good, man. I remember my boss. Big up to my boss, man, Sonny. He would come and he would watch me. I apologize. I'm from the 80s. From the 70s, dog. You ain't gotta apologize to me. He would always like look at me eating breakfasts and shit. Mm-hmm. And he would, what are we looking at? He would like see me eating breakfast. He'd be like, man, that looks good.
Who's this?
My boss, Sonny. Right? He'd be like, damn, that looks good. And he couldn't eat it, you know what I'm saying? Because it would be some sort of meat and cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, dude, you're not missing anything with this here. This isn't worth going against God. I said, now, a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. If you're ever gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, go off the deep end and eat bacon and eat that shit with cheese, a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, and that is kind of worth it, I think, because that's just a great sandwich, man. Self says, we need Aunt Jemima back. The syrup don't taste the same. Yeah, it doesn't, because it's not the same, you know. What about Mrs. Butterworth? Is she still around?
I gotta say, I love Mrs. Butterworth. She was always my fave.
Is she still around? Did they get rid of her too?
Not, dude.
She's still around, right? Mrs. Butterworth. All right. Good for her, man. Standing tall after everyone else got canceled. Mrs. Butterworth wasn't having it, boy. Mm-hmm. She stayed true. She's like the Candace Owens of syrup. Now everybody thinks she's just a psyop. I don't be having that. Mrs. Butterworth, she a psyop. King Handel says, I only ever felt guilty about eating a duck burger. I like ducks. At Brian, our mutual friend made it for me and didn't tell me it was a duck burger until after the fact.
I'm trying to think of what friend we have would have made you a duck burger, dog. Oh, I think I know. Yeah, I think I know.
What's wrong with a duck burger? Is it wrong to eat ducks?
Well, no, he said he liked ducks. He didn't want to eat a duck.
Well, I got nothing against cows. What about rabbit? Would you eat rabbit? I don't think I would eat rabbit. But you know what? I say I won't eat rabbit if I got to go with you out there and hunt the rabbit or watch you take the fur off this beautiful
little bunny, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, if you got the head and the feet and the tail and all that shit off already, and it's just like a piece of meat that's like well cooked and looks like nice, then I probably would eat it. It's already dead. It's almost an insult not to. You don't eat it; it died in vain. Right. That's like when I watched that movie Faces of Death, and they showed that one like fucking restaurant in India where they bring out a live monkey. And then they put it in the middle of this table where there's like a cage, right? A round cage on a floor thing, right? And they put it in the middle and then they close the table where it's around its neck, right? And then you got these white, there's no other people there but white, and white rich people in a circle, and they give them all these little metal mallets. Little tiny metal mallets.
Dude.
And then it spins in a circle.
Come on. I don't want to hear
and
the
they
rest
whack
of
it
this.
in the head.
Ah, dude. Sickening.
And they whack it in the head, and they all whack it from the top, and they take turns around the thing, right? Whacking it. And I'm there with one of my boys, Tommy Wu, and he's like, side swipe it, you know, like hit it from the side. But no, they're all just popping it in the head, boop, 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 and they all get like maybe 5 shots before it dies, and then it dies, and the dude comes and cuts the top of the head, pops it off, and they eat the brain. And the first chick they give it to, she goes, and just throws up. And I'm like, that bitch right there, who looked real happy whacking, you know what I'm saying? She went and threw it up. There should be some sort of rule that if you're gonna do that, you better make sure you fucking eat that brain.
Yeah, I think there should be a rule against that, dude.
Against the whole thing, of course. Yeah. But listen, I'm not looking to go out there to India and tell them how to live. You know,
I am, as a white American dude, I want to tell everyone all over the world what they should and shouldn't do.
Those monkey killers are coming right across the border right now. They're going to be opening up restaurants like that soon out here.
Top of the monkey to you.
Top of the monkey to you. That's great in so many ways. I don't think anyone who heard you say that really appreciates what you just said.
Thank you.
Top of the monkey to you. First of all, play off a top of the morning. Beautiful play of words, right? Also, it insinuates they have breakfast, right? Totally cool. And then the monkey one, where do you hit that monkey? On the top of his head. Okay? Top of the monkey to you.
Thank you, guys. It's been a great show.
Yeah, we got to end it on that, dude. I don't think you'll ever come out. See, if you would have said that on Kill Tony.
Maybe we'd be having a different podcast.
Hold on, we got some comments, man. Mrs. Butterworth has an OnlyFans. Yo, I'm going to find that one, yo. Self says, bro, everything we grew up on is slowly dying. Hell yeah, man. The Oreos, the chocolate chips, everything. Everything. Chips Ahoy ain't the same. Can't hold its milk.
You can't verbally assault a woman in the workplace anymore. See, we should have ended when I said to end the show.
You should have ended it when you said to end it. Self-promotion says Indiana Jones style. Yes. And Gary's Donkey Kongs.
That's the name of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Donkey Kongs.
Yeah, Donkey Kongs. Now, I like Top of the Monkey to you, man. I think that's the one of the day. Listen, man, everybody out there who hung out with us today, and not for nothing, a bunch of y'all stayed, man. Y'all are warriors, man. I don't know if I would put up with, well, I guess I would put up with me talking to Brian for a fucking 3 hours, because I just did it too.
Yeah.
I guess we all went through this experience together. I truly appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. You guys got to go. Yeah, I do. I got to go. I actually don't got to go. To be honest, I really don't got to go, but I am a little hungry.
I could eat.
You know, some monkey brain.
Yeah, dude, some monkey brain. When is that restaurant opening?
Maybe
you
we
said?
get some fresh baby down the block.
Oh, right, that spot opened, right?
Yeah, Baby Buoys.
I thought it was Baba Booey. It's
No, Baby Buoys over there, man. They sell it in a bowl. The bowl, of course, is the head turns upside down where you just eat out its neck.
Instead of a bread bowl, it's the baby bowl.
They put little strawberries where the eyes used to be. It's delicious.
But you have to eat it with a paper straw.
That's fucking ridiculous, man. You know how hard it is to get fucking... never mind. Get some of that adrenochrome guac.
Oh, dude. Foreskin chips and adrenochrome guac.
Definitely getting
dude.
the side of foreskins, dude. Some foreskin chips.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm hungry like a motherfucker right now, dude.
Deep fried in garlic.
You know, it's great, too, because they send the baby and you eat it and they go... 4 months. That's a good year.
My question is, do you like white or dark meat?
I'm into that yellow meat, dog. I heard the yellow meat makes you smarter. You eat those Chinese babies, dog, you know math like you wouldn't believe, son. They say that if you eat at least a half a Chinese baby, you order the half. If you order the half, by the time you're done, you'll know all your multiplications from 1 to 900. That's stupid as fuck. That's stupid as shit. Have enough people been have I not offended you? If not, then I haven't done my job today. Not that I even try. Listen, man, I'm not trying to offend nobody. I hope people know that when I say shit, I'm not trying to offend nobody. I just talk before I think, and I find it to be funny. Look, don't worry about it. Anybody who thinks that I got away with saying anything, any clip that we make, there'll be a million people calling me dumb. So if you didn't do it today, don't worry about it. Someone else will tomorrow. And what were you going to say? That's not what your baby can do for you, or what you can do for your baby.
Ask not how you can offend your country, but how your country can offend you. Or something like that.
No, that wasn't good at all. You should have quit with the fucking...
Thank you, everybody. Everybody.
Top of the monkey to you.
Well.
Yeah, man, I'm in the mood. I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna go get me a baby bowl and a side of foreskin chips.
Toddler tots.
Toddler tots are dude. I heard they got loaded ones now.
Dude, toddler tots with baby bits sprinkled on top.
In case the baby shit wasn't too heavy when we first talked about it, somehow we had to find our way back to it again. Well, nah, that's what happened. I got hungry. might go for the veal. With that said, man,
You guys have been great.
you guys have fucking been awesome, yo. I want to thank everybody. That's what I'm saying. When we say we're leaving, we never really just leave. People like jet off and they go, oh, they're leaving, and then you wind up doing another half hour or some dumb shit. It's always
It's like
like
40 minutes.
It's always like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, tomorrow night, man, we're gonna have Shannon Harris out here. Woo. I'm out here. I think Buddha's with me that night. Is it Buddha that I'm with? I think so. I think it's
here
me,
you go.
Buddha, and Shannon.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, Buddha.
Yeah, me, Buddha, and Shannon. This weekend, she's here this whole weekend. Come check her out. Up-and-coming comedian from New York City. Rocks with me over at the Pear with the Not Quite Tuesday show. Speaking of the Not Quite Tuesday midnight show over at the Grizzly Pear, man, people, I haven't been there for a couple of days. I'm still doing it. My man Adam Gable's been holding it down. So go out there and show him some love. Even though I won't be there, the comics out there are fucking amazing. Our lineups are amazing. You get to see at least 7 comedians, you know. And keep checking the AC Jokes page, man, because we're doing big things, and there's always new comedians coming out here. Who knows? Maybe the comedian you've been wanting to see for the longest might just be popping up over here in AC, and you'll be closer than you've ever been, and you'll come out and check out AC Jokes.
May 25th, Jerry Seinfeld.
Gary Seinfeld. This motherfucker. Yeah, man, we got George Carlin coming down. Richard Pryor's performing on the 26th.
Mitch Hedberg is coming through.
Mitch Hedberg. Yeah, dog. Come check us out, man. And thank you. Follow Brian at Brian T. Licata. Follow me at Gary G. Garcia. And if you haven't already, man, like, subscribe, and hopefully you won't be a stranger, man. To everybody who always comes and checks us out, you know we love you, man, because y'all love us, so you get it back. Have a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Peace.